next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.
We're back on a Thursday, Crunch Time, Woodward Sports. We're live 11 to 1 weekday. Sorry about that. We had a scare here before the show. We weren't sure if we were going to be able to go live at the time.
Scary.
But we made it work.
We made it.
11 to 1. We're a minute
Come
late.
on.
The crew is here.
Oh, you
Jeff
know we weren't gonna be on here?
Booner, KG, Caleb Zarnick is back. Let's go, Caleb. Welcome back, my friend.
Thank you.
It's good to have you back.
It's great to be
Gordo
back.
held it down for us. We got Mr. Zarnick back. He has a nice haircut. He's ready to go.
Yeah, show the haircut off a
we're
little
talking-
bit, maybe.
He let his mans do it, though. I
No,
don't
look,
know.
it doesn't matter what haircut I get. I'm always going to be a hat guy.
He's got the John
Yeah,
Gruden
right.
cut.
Yeah.
All right.
No John Gruden cut.
Show the people the John Gruden cut.
No, not. I mean,
John
after
Gruden
after the
cut's
one time
crazy.
you guys
Chucky
made me show
cut.
my haircut, I got self-conscious about it.
It's
Never
a John
showing it
Gruden
again.
cut. It's okay. He's one of the greatest of all time. You know what I mean? Like,
Come on, man.
just saying.
That's like being like, well, Chris Farley's one of the best comedians of all time. You got his haircut. That means it's good. He had a bad haircut.
It's not the worst.
R.I.P., man. That's fair. That's fair. We got a lot to get to today. Doc joins us today.
Shout
DOC talk about Detroit Lions minicamp and give us, all the ins and outs of what's been going on at Detroit Lions minicamp. We got some Pistons Trajan Langdon press conference is happening today. Shout out to our guy Kool-Aid. He's down there. He's doing work for the network, and we're going to get live updates from that as well. We have Hot Take Thursday, which we have submissions. We have in the chat. Shout out ATN. He submitted his hot take, and we're going to get to that as well, which we encourage the audience. Send us videos. ETN he had the balls to send us a video of his hot take on our Instagram, and we got it on the show. So later we're going to play that clip, and we will get to that as well. But we do have some other stuff to get to.
Can we get more people to send in some Hot Take Thursdays?
Please
too?
do.
Yeah.
Send them in.
Please,
honestly.
please
Let
do,
them know where to send
so we can play
Send
them
it to any of our socials. You can send it anywhere.
anywhere.
We'll find it and we'll play it on the show. We do have to make sure, obviously, we're going to screen them. So there's maybe not like anything.
No dick pics, please.
Yeah, no, nothing like that. No,
Actually,
no
Booner
tits or
watches them,
anything.
so please.
Right.
No, do not send any.
Boner
of those.
likes feet. We found out.
I actually sell my feet for pictures. I actually do. I make good money doing it.
All right.
It's half of my salary actually.
Got a good-looking feet, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have a whole Woodward feet page.
We're feet.
By the way, N Wade says I'll be sending my hot take Thursday next week. N Wade, we appreciate
There
you.
we go.
Get involved.
Keep
also,
sending
Sam
them.
Laporta extension potentially coming. Ian Rappaport talked about it, so we'll get to all of that.
Yeah.
Nitty gritty. How is the doc going to disrespect Booner today? Question mark.
He can never disrespect me. It can't happen.
You sure about that?
He could try and he does it, and then realistically, it's like that's all right, little bro. Like we're good. That's what it's like. That's essentially what it is for the doc.
Little bro, the doc.
Right.
He's,
It's nuts.
I was texting him yesterday.
That's on brand for Booner, though.
I was texting him
Reporter
yesterday
boy.
though about reporter boy.
Reporter boy.
We are in the works right now of getting a little barbecue and pool day with the doc.
Yes.
That pool look.
Yeah, I've been
need that.
texting him about it, and I'm confirmation that it's coming.
And if the doc's watching, this will be even funnier. But we went to Art and Jake's, and
Oh
we
my
saw the doc
gosh.
there in Sterling Heights,
Shout
and
out.
we ran into Bart, loyal listener, Bart from Sterling Heights. He used to call back in the morning show when it was me and Adam, and he came over. He saw the doc, so he was saying hi to the boys, and he goes, "In the doc," and I was like, "What do you think?" He goes, "He's pretty small."
Yeah. He's very tiny in real life.
Very
tiny.
Doc, if you're listening, he loves you, by the way. He loves the doc.
And he
but-
wears capris. so.
Yeah, he does. Not with capris. It's crazy. But.
In case you was-
Yeah, but I get what you mean. Though.
He's got those
I've
long
seen the
cargo
fit.
shorts on that
Yeah, the zip
a
up.
legend.
all the way
Yeah.
down to his shins.
Hey, shout out, man.
But he joins us every single week, so we'll get to that.
Oh,
we
legend.
do have some stuff around minicamp that we're going to get to. Obviously, the Tigers.
Yeah, I was about to say, before you get in the Lions,
yeah.
can I do this to Booner?
Yeah,
I did
we
it to
have
him.
to get to it.
I
Yeah,
did
we
it to him
have
in the
to.
hallway, but I got to do this like live on air. Booner, guess what? The Tigers have lost 2 of their last 3 series.
But I did say, what did I say out there? I said, hey, KG?
Yeah.
We are playing KG's game moving forward. Whatever KG wants, we're playing his game. I got nothing to say. I said last night, if they win last night, they won 4 of the last 5 series. They lost. Now they've lost 2 of the last 3.
So you see how
they're not winning series now.
The narrative changes that quickly.
Very easy.
That quickly.
Yeah. We are officially playing KG's game. I don't know
what
the
game is.
is.
They suck.
We're in on it.
It's not a game. Like, if I was running this team, we'd look a lot different. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
But it's no game. They just suck. That's all.
They're a bad. Scott Harris is he's falling apart right now. Yeah. But I am at the point where it's like, all right, let's just trade some guys. Let's just get some pieces and move on.
I'm
not excited about that.
Welcome to the dark side. Welcome to the dark side, Boner.
Well, according to you, you're trading everyone. I'm keeping Riley Green.
Outside of the select few, like I've tried to point out.
Right.
That's fair. Yeah, no, I've joined. I'm not in the dark side fully. You guys have watched Star Wars when Anakin is like in the middle of both, where he's like
fighting it.
That's where I'm at right now. Like I'm on both sides right now.
Well, it's like that Godfather line. Just when they thought I was out, they pulled me back in. That's the Tigers to boot.
And imagine doing that for 3 years straight. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm tapped out, bro.
I'm gonna be doing it if they win like the White Sox series. I just want to warn you guys. Next week.
I know.
No.
I can't wait to be back next week when they win that White Sox series.
All right,
but right now, I'm playing KG's game.
It's KG's game.
Right. It's no game. Like,
yeah, no.
I didn't make this. Daddy said if KG was running the Tigers, we'd be a lot worse.
Oh,
your response, KG.
Yeah, ain't nobody worried about Kruger, his bald ass.
Oh, no. Wow. Actually, KG might. I think KG, you might do what the women's hockey team's doing.
Yeah,
Being
seriously.
Aggressive.
I would be aggressive.
Professional Women's Hockey League. You
It's
see
a
them. They're
small
making
window.
moves over there.
Like, if you expect to compete with the Dodgers of the world, you got to do a little better than what the fuck we doing here in Detroit. I mean, look at the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays last year, they were close to beating the Dodgers, but they put their money where their mouth was. They increased their payroll by a gazillion, and they were right in the thick of it. And I'm not asking for the Tigers to spend all the money in the world. I just want a little bit of a better product than what the hell we got. That's it.
That's it.
I think that's fair.
Is that too much to ask?
It's fair.
I don't think
so.
it is.
I don't think so. What about you, Caleb? Where are you at with all this?
They're a terrible team.
Okay,
like,
you're still there.
That's really it.
Love
I
it.
can't. Look, for my mental health, for everything, I can't do it. I can't do it with this team. They're just they're a disaster of a franchise right now. Nothing is going right. Just a terrible, terrible baseball team.
Yep.
I'm done. I said it a long time ago. This season is over, and I don't care. Like Booner was saying, we got to see what happens in the next couple series. No. I'm out. I'm done. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, it's like what Gordo he had a tangent on Scott Harris. Well, AJ Hinch too, but he was basically accusing AJ Hinch. Man, that guy's just out there playing games with these pinch hitters. He's just having fun. He's like, fuck this. We're just gonna try stuff.
He's low on the totem pole in my eyes.
AJ's just like, hey,
like, what do you want him to do, man?
Not pinch hit Jahmai Jones.
I do understand that, but whoever said, was that Gordon yesterday that said it might be a play by by AJ Hinch to kind of get back at Scott Harris?
Sure, I've
maybe
be petty.
maybe make him look bad. I don't know, but
I do think there's a world where AJ Hinch is like mad about what Scott Harris
is,
and he's like making some of these moves in managing games just based off of like, hey Scott, I need some you've done nothing for me.
Yeah. And this is what you deserve.
Yeah.
Alex Spoon, can we talk about something good like our new PWHL team?
Shout out.
By the way, that theater was packed. Fox Theater.
Yeah, it was
packed.
They got a fan base, man.
Yeah, they do. Justin was out there. I think some of the Woodward girls were out there.
Yeah,
as well.
Shout out Woodward women. I forgot what they called themselves. Woodward girlies or something.
It's still in development.
Yeah,
Whatever.
right.
It's
We
going to be a
it out.
new branch of Woodward that it's going to be sweet.
But shout out the women.
Among the other things
Shout
that
out.
Woodward's working on right now. But yeah, all the people that were down there, it was amazing. So, hey, the city needs something to be excited about right now.
I'm trying to tell you.
It might be the PWHL. Michael Weary, appreciate the $5. He says, "Is this really Harris's fault or Illich? I think it's more Illich. He's not allowing Harris to be aggressive."
What?
Thoughts?
Yeah, no. I look. Illich has been like the first person on the bulletin board for who to put the blame on.
Yeah.
They have a top 10 payroll in baseball. So like Illich is giving him the resources, or at least some of the resources he needs, and he's just giving it to the wrong players. They just gave Framber Valdez $35 million a year.
Which is why your payroll increased. I hate that. Oh, they're top 10 in payroll. It's fugazi, though.
But they are.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, by definition. But you're paying Jack Flaherty exorbitant amounts of money. You still got the Javi contract, and Fromber kind of kicked you into that top 10 range.
Well, that's the thing. They're paying Jack Flaherty the money. They're giving him the money. They're just giving the money to the wrong players.
Right.
Yeah.
Like they're again, like, yeah, the top 10 payroll. It doesn't, like, when you look at this roster, like, how is this team a top 10 payroll? They don't have the names for that, but it's just the money, where the money is going, and it's not going to the right places, which is unfortunate.
And they're like,
Very unfortunate.
I'm not trying to poo-poo on the top 10 payroll thing, but they are like $80 million from like.
It's not even close compared to like the top 5.
They're
that's where you
you're
get to a
still
spot
not in
where-
those waters.
Yeah, they're
bro.
$80 million from being in those waters.
And I don't like
That's
the
a
money side of things too, because it's like, hey, if you are willing to spend, then why isn't Scooble have a contract yet? Like,
That part.
it's
Okay,
like
sure.
they're not
That
willing to
part.
spend. He's like,
Now
Illich
you
is
get
not willing. You have to actually like look deeper into it instead of being, oh, they're 10th.
Right.
Well, like to KG's point, yeah, it's like, who are you paying first off, and who are you not paying? And
Imagine
you're
if-
not paying your best player in the league because you don't want to spend the money.
Imagine if they didn't pay Fromber and you went out and got 2 bats. Maybe this team would
Yeah.
look a little different.
Yeah,
you know,
and
but
guess
it's
who
just-
that falls on? Take that money. That's Scott Harris.
It's definitely Scott Harris.
Scott Harris. But I
mean,
think
you
it
can
falls on
blame
both.
you can blame Illich as much as you want, and he does deserve blame. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong, but Scott Harris is who he's sticking in front of the media to try and tell us like we're stupid or something.
Yep.
Oh, this team, this and that. Like, no, I'm over that.
And it falls too on Illich because he's keeping Scott Harris around right now and letting him
He's
do
going
that.
That's
to.
my main
Even if
issue.
he's the one, though, even if it's Chris Illich is the one that's not giving him the money, Scott Harris hasn't done that great of a job of building this roster when you had an opportunity. You were in the playoffs 2 years ago. So it's like, hey, that window started to open 2 years ago. And since then, you haven't made any significant jumps forward.
And now it's finna close.
And now all of a sudden, now you have to make a decision where you're selling everything, which you were just in the playoffs the last 2 years and you made little runs at it. And you did nothing with it. And you had some of the players to do it. And you had Scooble in that time. And now all of a sudden, hey, now he's got to walk. Now, you're going to have to trade Casey Mott. Like it's all falls on Scott Harris at the end of the day. He's done a bad job managing this roster. And that's his job.
Yeah, well, also too with the Scooble thing, like I'd love to be I would like Chris Illich to speak to the media so he can maybe defend himself a little bit.
Has
but
he
just,
ever, by the
No,
way?
I've never seen this man behind a mic. I've never, ever. But maybe I mean with the
He popped out during the playoff run though.
that's yeah
When
when
shit
they
is
were
good, he pop
succeeding,
out.
exactly. And it's like with Scooble, it could be one of those things where they're willing to put up the money. It's just the years they don't want. They don't want to have him, for not 8-9 years. So that like Chris Illich might be giving Scott Harris the go ahead. Like, hey, if we can get him on a 3-year deal, $40 million a year. But I mean, that's not what Scooble's asking for. So yeah, I don't know.
He's gonna be the highest paid. You have to treat him as such.
Yeah.
Flat out.
Shout out Broder in the chat. He says, but look at the years on the contracts. They're all 1 to 2 year contracts because they aren't truly committing to a World Series run for 2 years when the kids are up.
Yeah.
Hi, boys. Love you, studs. From me and Knox. Shout out to Broder. And,
Shout out Broder, man.
and
Shout
Knox.
out.
But that's the only saving grace for
And
Scott.
Knox.
These kids better be it. And
Yeah.
Kevin McGonigal, you get a clap for that. You do. For
sure.
Well, that's like Max
rest of
Clark. He better be good.
The rest of them better be good, bro.
Yeah.
The Max Clark hype. Hey man, you're putting all of your eggs into that basket too. And Kevin McGonigal and these guys.
Matheson, appreciate the $2. He says, imagine not paying Alex Cobb all that money.
The guy, I mean, he made 15. Like that's
To
what I'm
sit at
saying.
home.
Like that's a $15 million player that Chris Illich gave Scott Harris the money for, and it was Alex Cobb. That's $15 million down the drain.
I could have made
He
that
didn't
15.
pay, he didn't throw one inning for the Tigers.
Yeah, that's money that's just, hey, we could have got a bat with that money.
Yeah.
It's just money that gets just wasted.
Hey, I'll tell you money that never gets wasted is if you buy that black card at Planet Fitness.
Damn right.
All right. Let me tell
Scott
you
Harris's
what.
contract money's getting wasted, however
That's
much
a
he
fact.
makes.
Well,
Facts.
for $24.99, it's never a waste. You get the black card, which, by the way, I'll work out in the Royal Oak one, or I'll go out Chesterfield. Whatever you can go work out, they got a Planet Fitness because they got over 50 locations in Metro Detroit. You get access to the Black Card Spa where you can recover. They got the Hydro Massage where you can recover, other innovative amenities, and you can bring a guest. Check out Planet Fitness, $24.99. Over 2,700 clubs nationwide. We'll see you after the break.
Detroit has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
Some days call for light, others lean bold. What about everything in between? All Day IPA, the easy choice for every day. Citrusy, crisp, refreshing. Flavor you can float with. Light on the hops, big on refreshment. One's great. 2, even better. Brewed with you in mind. No shortcuts, no fuss. Big on flavor, never too much. All day IPA. Hop into easy.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Woodward Avenue, the first paved road in America. Woodward Sports, the first sports network born in Detroit and made for Detroit.
On.
Let me tell you about our friends over at Pure Psychiatry. We talk about sports every day. We talk about the Tigers, unfortunately, the Lions, the Pistons, the Red Wings. But in real life, it's not always that easy, okay? And at Woodward Sports, you're never alone, and neither is your mental health journey. And Pure Psychiatry provides personalized psychiatric care designed specifically for you, not for anybody else, for your situation. They got 16 locations in Michigan, 2 in Ohio, and they make getting help accessible and comfortable. So if you're thinking about taking that next step, which you should, please visit PurePsychMI.com. We're back. It's Crunch Time, Woodward Sports. More to get to. Sam Laporta is a free agent after this year. And Ian Rappaport, NFL insider for ESPN now, formerly NFL Network, or I guess both. NFL Network, ESPN, they all owned by the same one. He came out and said something about Sam Laporta. And this is what he said about him getting a contract. I thought this was very interesting. It was posted on our social media, which you should be following at Woodward Sports. Ian Rappaport said, quote, "He's considered a priority for the Detroit Lions. I wouldn't be surprised if both Sam Laporta and Tucker Kraft of the Green Bay Packers reset the tight end market."
Wow.
It's interesting. I don't know.
Not get
Is
paid.
I don't
Reset the
Yeah.
tight end market.
Is it surprising to you?
Yes.
Okay.
For Laporta.
Yeah.
And honestly, even Tucker
I was
Kraft.
about to say for Tucker Kraft.
Tucker Kraft, he had a really good year and he was really good. Then what was it, an ACL that happens?
Mm-hmm.
So like that's the thing. And the same with Laporta. My thought process with Sam Laporta is really more so, hey, you had one All-Pro year, right? His rookie year. And then after that, there's just been so many injuries. It was like the hamstring, now it's the back, and it's like he's been just it's like a lingering issue right now with him is the injuries. It's like he has an injury bug, and he somehow still is putting up numbers when he is playing. So it's a weird situation to be in to where if you're Brad, are you going to commit to it? This was my thought on it, boys, and tell me if I'm wrong. I don't think I know Ian Rappaport, I don't know if he has, like, obviously he's not sitting in these meetings, so he's not like, hey, I know that he's going to reset the market. But I think it's an expectation for someone like him reporting on it. Hey, we're expecting this to happen. It's not going to happen, but we're expecting it. I think with Sam Laporta, I think the mindset of the contract with him, I think it goes down that Jack Campbell route to where Jack could have reset the market. But what did he say to the media? Jack Campbell said, hey, I didn't want to reset the market. I wanted to save some money for the roster, for the team. I think Sam Laporta is going to fall into that same category to where when Sam Laporta gets extended, which he will, I think Sam Laporta is going to be a guy that they do extend. As soon as he gets extended, it's going to end up being a contract of, hey, you're now the 2nd to 5th highest paid tight end in the NFL. We're not going to throw you up there to be number 1 in the NFL, but we'll do 2nd to 5th. And then everyone else kind of falls in line to where maybe Tucker Kraft ends up being ahead of him. You know, you see some tight ends, Brock Bowers in the next year gets ahead of him. Some different guys gets ahead of him, and I think that's what's going to end up happening with Sam Laporta. And I think they get it done. I do think this offseason they're going to have a Sam Laporta contract done. I don't think they're going to get a Brian Branch contract done. We haven't heard really much about that. But I think the Sam Laporta one is going to be an expectation that they're looking to get done. And I don't think it's going to be a record-breaking deal.
Yeah, I don't think so either. Here's why. The 2 tight ends that are leading the NFL in highest paid, you have George Kittle at 19.1, and you have Trey McBride at 19. This is AAV, by the way, so just strictly what they're making per year. And then it goes Kyle Pitts at 15, which is a franchise tag. Isaiah Likely at 13 and 3 in a third. So there is a big drop-off from, let's say, like a Kyle Pitts, Isaiah Likely, what they're getting paid, versus Trey McBride and George Kittle. Now, George Kittle and Trey McBride are the only 2 tight ends that I'm looking at here on this list, and now we can factor Laporta into that have had 1,000 yards receiving.
Yeah, they're 1 and 2 in the league in terms
for sure.
of best tight ends.
I mean, if you really want to get down to it, Kittle's had 4,000-yard receiving.
Kittle, I know he's coming off the injury.
season.
He's the best tight end in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he has been for a couple years.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's close.
I mean, look at Kittle's first 3 years in the NFL. He had 500 yards as a rookie, almost 1,400 yards as a second-year player. Had 1,000 yards in his third year. So, like, yeah, that guy, we know what Kittle is.
The only
right?
issue, he's like 30-something years
He
old
is.
all of a sudden.
He is. He's 32,
And
but
the
you still got to
Yeah.
pay him, and they did, and he deserves that. But Trey McBride, another one, 1,000-yard guy. And I think he broke the record for catches for a tight end, I believe is the case. Either way, he set something for tight ends. So
Yeah.
those guys are getting paid top of the market. I love Laporta. He's an all-pro. But you kind of know what Laporta's role in this offense is. He's probably going to be a 800-yard guy a year in this offense. So I'm with you. I don't think he resets the market. I mean, resetting the market would be over $19 million.
It would be honestly the reset of a market. Him and Tucker Kraft, it's going to be 20-something million.
Exactly.
And that's where I think you get to that number. But I just don't see a world like Laporta. He has not hit 1,000 yards yet in his career.
Right.
And it's not that he's not
hasn't.
capable. It's just his
it's,
role.
Yeah, and it's his role. But again, like you bring up Trey McBride, back-to-back seasons, 100 or 1,000+ yards, 1,100+.
Yeah.
So it's a significant jump. So I think like if we're being realistic, and if you're in those contract negotiations, you're probably, if you're Brad Holmes, saying, hey, we'll give you 18 a year.
Right.
You know, that's a fair deal. And I don't think for him, I think he's like, okay, yeah, like, that's a team-friendly deal.
Yeah.
And obviously if it was a player-friendly deal, he'd be like, give me the 20. But I think you do have to realize if you're Sam Laporta, man, like you're coming off multiple injuries. You still haven't hit 1,000 yards, which again, he was first-team All-Pro, and he was incredible. He had 10 touchdowns his rookie year. But last year, I mean, he played in 9 games, 500 yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
So it's like if you are stacking the numbers, like that's how they go about it, right? When you're in those contract negotiations with agents and stuff, they take your numbers, they compare them to other players at your position, and they go, this is where your market is.
All right.
I don't see a world where he's going to end up getting $20 million. If he does, I'd be shocked.
Yeah,
Good for him at that point.
I mean this in the best way possible. I think the Lions are lucky to have had the luxury of, seeing the injuries with Laporta before they had to sign this contract. Because much how we, debate about Aleem and stuff like that, he got injured after he signed the contract, and they didn't even reset the market with him. So I think it's one of them things. I mean, you heard the rumblings that after they signed Jack, they did want to get a Laporta deal done, and I don't see it either. Because you got to think about all the people you have already paid. Do you really want to reset the market on a tight end contract, especially with maybe a Gibbs contract looming? He's going to reset the market.
Yeah.
So you just can't do that with every single person, even if you do want to keep.
That's why I think it was such a win for the Jack Campbell deal. Because they didn't reset the market with him. I know,
but he didn't want that. I don't know if Laporta has that same.
But you would think that like Brad is like, I know Jack's like, I didn't want it. You would think that they had the Brad and the Lions went to Jack first and said, hey, this is where we're at. We can do this, but we would like, if you're able to get us a couple million here and there, like how do we go about this? And I think Jack, obviously he even mentioned, I told them, I don't could mess up the way the league and the contracts are done if you don't. Especially like he said, he was like, I'm sure there's some linebackers out there that are mad that I didn't reset the market. But I think you can go to Laporta and say, hey, like, this is where you're at. We need a couple, like, we want to get Gibbs on this team. We want to have Branch the next few years. We want that. We need you to help us out. Because if you get $3 or $4 million less each one, now that's another contract right there for a free agent or someone.
Yeah, if you're looking to reset the market for a player, that's a player that the organization sees as a player you need to win a Super Bowl. And I think Sam Laporta, talent-wise, is probably a player that could reset the market, but just his role in this offense, like you guys are saying, he's a 700, 800-yard guy a season. That's not necessarily his fault. There's just a ton of mouths to feed, and you brought it up, KG. They're going to reset the market with Jahmyr Gibbs. They paid Jameson Williams. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown's on that big contract. Jared Goff, Penei Sewell, like, you're going to have all this money tied up to the offense when you need pieces on this defense. Like, I don't know if Sam Laporta is a guy you need to win a Super Bowl. So if he got that like 17, 18 range, I'd be like, cool, but then you got to start having the conversation and come back to the conversation. Like, if we give him that 17, 18, what does that mean for a guy like Brian Branch, who also needs to be extended? So I don't know. Interesting.
Michael Weary, appreciate the $2. Says, I suggest Laporta 4 to 5 years, $10 million per. You ain't getting that, my man.
No.
I mean, that's, who's getting paid $10 million? Jawan Johnson at 30.
Yeah, nah.
You're not getting that.
Laporta's better than that.
This is like looking at the money. It's probably going to be a 4-year deal.
Yeah,
75 to 78 million.
It's going to be close to market. But
it's going to be about you're going to have 75 to 78 million. I don't know the guaranteed, maybe like 30 or something. But it's going to be a 4-year deal at 75 to 78 million, and that's what it's going to like. Yeah. And I think that's a fair deal. And I'm fine with getting Sam Laporta that. Now, if you start getting into that 80+ million 4-year, okay, right. Now it's like okay, that's That's $10 million over, of course, of 4 years that you have to start figuring out. I will say this too, we talked about this before. When it comes because Brian Branch is due, he's going into the last year of his deal. This is how, and I wrote this down. I went step by step, just trying to figure out how do they even go about this, because they're going to have to sign Brian Branch if he's back and he's good.
Yeah.
You can't just walk away from. If he comes back, he's healthy and he's that all-pro caliber again. You need to sign him. We talked about this before. The timeline of this is going to look like this. Take Gibbs out. Gibbs is going to get signed. This offseason, it's going to be Laporta. Correct, boys? Like, Laporta gets a deal done. 2027 offseason, if Brian Branch is back, you sign him to a contract and you make that a back-end deal with cap hit.
Yeah.
And you throw it all on the back end. And then in the 2028 offseason, you most likely move on from Kirby Joseph.
Yeah.
And it kind of absorbs into, hey, Brian Branch is now your highest paid safety. Kirby with the knee injury, you're moving on from him. And now you were able to keep Laporta and Branch, and you got another year or two out of Kirby with that injury, and who knows what happens after that.
Where does Gibbs fall in that timeline?
Gibbs, I don't even put him in here because he's going to get extended. Like this offseason, they already said that they're working on a deal. So I'm with that at mind.
Look,
you
Jeff,
know he's going to get extended.
I already know, Jeff.
He's going to get extended. But with that in mind, all right, with the rest of the money you have, how do you go about that if you're trying to sign Laporta and Branch in the next year or the next 12 months? You already know Gibbs is done.
Right.
That's the only way I think you can get around doing it with these prices. Or the Aleem thing.
Yeah, Kirby and Aleem are possible.
Those are
casualties.
Yeah.
Maybe,
and I think it's realistic, too. I don't think and I know people, again, it comes down to let's stop falling in love with the players. We want to win a Super Bowl. Those are two guys to where Aleem hasn't really lived up to it. Maybe he will this year. Could be wrong. He could, and you opt in.
Right.
And then, two, Kirby, the knee injury, it's such a big question mark, and he's due so much money, and that dead cap drops so much when you get out of the 2027 season. It only makes sense at that point.
Yeah, but can you say the same for Laporta, too? Obviously, the talent's there. Like, his rookie season was
amazing,
was historic. But with the falling in love with players thing, like the past couple seasons, Sam Laporta's been injured, and he's probably your fourth option on offense right now outside of, or I guess third outside of Amon-Ra. Like, is that a falling?
That's Jared Goff's second security blanket.
And he loves Laporta, but the only argument with that is you don't have another tight end. You can go get one, but the thing is with Kirby, the reason you're fine with moving on with Kirby, you do have Brian Branch that you're going to be paying.
Yeah, but in this offense, do you need a $20 million tight end to win a Super Bowl?
I don't think so.
You don't need it. Jeff always says it. What is it?
I think tight end's a luxury position.
It's a luxury position. But, and then you go look at the defensive tackle. You move on from Aleem. You have Tyleek. You drafted Tyleek in the first round because of that. And they literally said, hey, this is our Aleem McNeil. Like, this is our Aleem McNeil type. So with that, you haven't drafted another tight end where you're like, hey, this is your Sam Laporta replacement.
Well, they tried with James Mitchell.
Shout out James Zostra.
My gosh.
But that's the point. It's like, hey, they have backups at other positions that you can move on from. You don't have that at tight end yet. Now, can you go in the first round and go get one, or the second round? Yeah, probably. But do you want to waste a pick on that?
No.
Why not just pay your guy that you have in the building? And if he stays healthy, you have that weapon.
Yeah, I'm with you on like the tight end stuff. I mean, people just act like this guy doesn't want to pay anybody. But the reality is, it just so happens that two positions that are available to be extended is running back and tight end, and those are two positions typically that, like the Eagles with Dallas Goedert, they know they're going to end up moving on from. Now, Dallas Goedert, good tight end. You want to take Laporta over him? That's fine.
They did the same thing with Zach Ertz, though.
And they did the same thing with Zach Ertz. Tight end is a position, though, like tight ends are walking in and getting like 600 yards, 500 yards. They can be – to your point, like when you talk about to win a Super Bowl, it's, there's quarterback, your offensive line. You need weapons, obviously, but they have weapons. So, like, that's why Laporta, it's like they have so many weapons already. And then a defense, which that's where I'm always – my biggest thing with all this is putting more resources into the defense, okay? Even if you say, well, Aleem McNeil, if we can get out of that contract, we have more money to pay. No, I want to just – if we're going to get out of that Aleem contract, put that $20 million or whatever it is towards another defensive player somewhere in free agency or whatever it is. Anyway, what were we going to say, Kittle?
Well, the top-paid guys in the league, like, okay, Kittle, he's the best tight end in the league. Like, yeah, he deserved to be paid. That's the 49ers guy on offense. Trey McBride, that's their guy on offense.
Yep.
Travis Kelce, he was their guy.
He was.
A guy, Tucker Kraft, he was one of the better tight ends in the NFL last year for the Packers. Like, that's their guy on offense. Sam Laporta is not that guy, although he's incredibly talented. And if I think he could be a number one target somewhere. I think he's that talented, but he's just not in this offense. So I don't know if I'm willing to mortgage $20 million for a guy that's the fourth option in our offense right now.
A user in here said Will Dissly might be good enough. Come on,
Will Dissly.
You have your tight end 2 is better than Will Dissly right now. Tyler Conklin's better than Will Dissly.
But this is kind of maybe a broader conversation. Is the dynamic tight end kind of dying? because it was one point where it was like the most sought after thing ever. See why the Lions drafted Eric Ebron around that time period.
Yeah.
Like you had your Jimmy Grahams, you had your, dynamic tight ends, and teams really wanted to facilitate offenses around the tight end. Is that dying a little bit?
Did Kyle Pitts kill it?
No, I think tight ends are.
Yeah, he might have.
I think that the importance of having a tight end like Brock Bowers, I think it's really important right now because of 13 personnel, and having a tight end that could be like a receiver is very, very important. Just it depends on what your offense, how it's structured. Like I think the Lions have enough weapons where they don't need to prioritize paying a Sam Laporta, but that doesn't take away from the fact that like with 13 personnel, tight ends are having a resurgence. Like Brock went, Sadiq had 500 yards in college. That dude went top. He went in the first round. Mm-hmm. So, and how I felt about that, but still, I understand it. I understand why there's a intrigue with weapons like that.
No,
because
for sure.
You have more tight ends out there. I get it. I just think you can,
It feels
especially
like
in
right
an
now-
offensive league, you can find tight ends are coming out.
But you don't need
better.
a stud tight end.
You don't, but I feel and right now it's so easy to find a good tight end. Realistically.
Or at least a solid one.
Again, you got Laporta in the second round. Look how many tight ends the last couple of years. Everyone's like, don't draft one in the first round. Look how many over the last couple of years have been getting drafted in the first and second round. Like the Bears just went and got Loveland. And
Tyler Warren that draft.
Instantly, Colston Loveland's one of the best tight ends in the league, a top 7 tight end in the league in year 1. And they were, and you just never really. I feel like we never saw that for so long, and now all of a sudden there's just so many good tight ends.
But they also use Loveland. I'll go to break, but they kind of use him as like sometimes a number 1 option on the Bears. I mean, he was cooking out there.
True.
Sam Port's just a little different situation, but we'll go to break. We can't continue this. We got to talk more with Doc, so maybe we'll get his thoughts on the Sam Laporta stuff, and we'll figure more of that out. But first, I got to hear about our friends from Thrive.
Let me tell you guys about Thrive. We got to get the Doc some Thrive here. Most people think energy comes in some 16-ounce cans full of sugar and neon-colored liquid, but you do know better. It's time to upgrade your game with the Thrive energy pouches. It's not your daddy's dip. It's a tobacco-free, nicotine-free mental powerhouse with 300 milligrams of clean and smart caffeine, including alpha-GPC and L-theanine. You get no sugar crash, no bloating, no jitters, none of that stuff. You can find Thrive at dipstop.com, and you can use our promo code WSN for 15% off the entire order, and find them exclusively at all Market Fresh and Market Square locations. It's Thrive. Clean energy, zero distractions. They just effing work.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Thrive Energy Pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Mic cord swinging, get your head shot. Point blank, dead stop. 16 bars in a headlock.
Thrive Energy Pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Go.
A ton of fun, a ton of sports, and a ton of man-meat. Welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights, live daily 5 to 7 p.m. on Woodward Sports.
All right, if you're looking for a career upgrade, check out Mortgage Pros, the #1 mortgage broker to work for in the state of Michigan. We saw their incredible company culture firsthand at their annual block party. Their team, they truly love what they do, and it shows. With over 4.9 stars on Google and over 4,000 reviews, their reputation, it speaks for itself. So if you are looking for a new job today, Mortgage Pros in Troy, give them a call at 248-416-1361. Mortgage Pros, let the pros handle it.
All right, you guys know what it is. Weekly segment with the DOC, John Macaroon. Usually joins us on Wednesdays, but today on Thursday, because he's had a busy week, Now it's his off season, but he's still joining the fellas. He's the host of the Wolves podcast. He does his own stuff, Detroit Lions on SI on YouTube, and Detroit Lions on SI covering the Detroit Lions, Sports Illustrated. Doc, how we doing?
The Doc.
I made it! It's the off season. Thank you, dear Lord.
Congrats, Doc.
Man, I was one happy guy leaving Allen Park yesterday. Everything's been a blessing, fellas, and I'm looking forward to off-season talk with you fellas this summer. Maybe even show up to the studio and raise some hell.
Wow, that'd be incredible.
We should do an
Please
in-person
do.
appearance.
That would be
Doc.
incredible.
Please do.
Can I ask you, Doc, we just were talking about Sam Laporta. Or I know Ian Rappaport came out and he said he expects Sam Laporta and Trey McBride to reset the market. We were just having a tight end conversation here. And I think me and you kind of see a lot of this stuff the same with like running backs. I'm curious how you feel about the Sam Laporta stuff because it's a 13 personnel league. I get tight ends. There's a resurgence of tight end. But we can also say that, Doc, you know this. You've been covering the NFL for a while. Tight ends come out of the draft every year. And with an offense that has so much money invested in so many weapons, do you think the Lions can afford to reset the market with Sam Laporta? Do you think it happens?
Yeah, no, it's an interesting discussion, right? Obviously, it's that time where everyone knows, look, Brian Branch, Sam Laporta, Jahmyr Gibbs, they're about to get paid. And you have now the intriguing aspect of the Lions with new offensive coordinator Drew Petzing is what can he do to unlock Sam Laporta even more? So look, you can see his value quite clearly. I know, some people just solely look at statistics, but clearly part of the reason the Lions run game was a disaster last year was obviously John Morton and his scheme that wasn't good enough, but also when Sam Laporta was injured and was no longer blocking and part of the option in the offense, the run game disintegrated. So you see his clear value. Obviously, the head coach was a former tight end. He's a solid player, and now you have a new offensive coordinator that's in town that potentially can get more out of him. I expect him to get paid, and I know Booner will like this. Are we at that point? Woof, woof, are we at the point now where they're finalizing the contract? I don't know, but I'm certain that those contracts talks will be had. And look, national media obviously take a big 360-degree view of everything. I would think that Jahmyr Gibbs' contract is a little bit more of a priority because of the length, the average annual value. And I think that too, why not just wait and see a little bit what Sam Laporta looks like when the pads are on, and there's no rush for Sam Laporta or Brian Branch. Let's see what they look like when they're out on the football field. Remember, Aiden Hutchinson got his deal done in October. I do think that he'll be near the top of the market, but just look at his Iowa brother in Jack Campbell. If Sam Laporta comes in maybe at the number 2 or 3 spot, I'll be happy. But listen, in the end, we all know Brad Holmes loves his draft picks. And if they reset the market, I won't be surprised.
Doc, I want to ask you here. We're getting into kind of the mini camp stuff. Obviously, it just ended, but I do want to bring up to you and see what kind of some takeaways. The first takeaway I want to get from you is the offensive line. What was the kind of viewpoint over minicamp and OTAs with Blake Miller, Penei Sewell, and especially the left guard position at minicamp? What were your takeaways from that?
Yeah, and just real fast, I know some of the chat don't understand the reference. Johnny Scoops is one of my favorite insiders. So obviously, when you see what goes on across the NFL, it's always interesting when people text me, "What'd you think about Ricky Scoops?" I'm like, "What about Johnny Scoops? Check in with what I know."
Johnny Scoops, come on, Doc.
You're not the dog, Doc. You're not the dog.
I'm not the dog yet.
You're not.
I'm working on
I'm not the
getting
dog.
that
No one can
DA.
ever be a Ricky Scoops, man. That's
I'm working on it. You've been interviewing me for 3 years in person. I don't need no sabbaticals in my world.
Oh, talk to him, Doc. Talk to him.
Let's spit some truth. I was actually in the building talking to the players and watching practice.
Did you see Ricky Scoops?
Now, here's a scoop. Thankfully, the Detroit Lions, here's a scoop. I think they might have the most complete NFL roster ever created. Yeah, when you look at offense, defense, special team, head coach, best reporters, best podcasters, I think the Detroit Lions are set up for maybe an undefeated season. No, okay, let's talk seriously here. Let's talk serious here. Obviously,
all right, Doc, offensive line.
Yeah, offensive line first and foremost, very key. I like the fact, look, at a lot of spots, they're bringing in competition. And so it was great to see Blake Miller out there, one large human being. I think that he's very athletic. I expect to see him put some people in the dirt in the fall. It's going to be a great competition, but I fully expect Blake Miller to win that competition. I like the offensive line as constructed. Now, you guys brought it up. I do think that Christian Mahogany obviously has taken most of the reps with the ones, but Dan Campbell said it in a couple different spots. At corner and at left guard, there's going to be some intense competition. And Christian Mahogany has players behind him that could take his job. I do still think, like I told you before, that Christian Mahogany is the leader in the clubhouse in the depth chart right now, but you got Juice Scruggs, you got Giovanni Manu that's going to be getting a lot of reps and opportunities maybe now at guard. You have players that maybe even a Miles Frazier that I think everybody wants to see at training camp. So obviously that's going to be one of the early narratives is what happens at left guard. I would be a little bit surprised if Mahogany gets beat out, but it's going to be great to see the competition. So the offensive line, solid. Look, again, in minicamp, you can't really assess the trenches too much, but I will say this. I just feel like the transition from right tackle to left tackle should be seamless for Penei Sewell. He's hungry. He obviously has a bad taste in his mouth from what happened last year. I hope that maybe he's in the running for protector of the year. I'm comfortable with that offensive line. I just come away feeling like I had before minicamp, which is I think the offense has a chance to be very successful. A lot of opportunities to get the football to Amon-Ra, J-Mo, Isaac Tesla. I love the makeup of the offense at its full potential. I just am a little bit concerned if that defense is going to gel. And further in our talk, I unveiled or kind of had discussions with, the defensive position coaches, and it unlocked a little bit of a concern if they do end up going to a little bit more nickel. It's a scheme thing, but it's going to be very interesting to talk about.
Well, speaking of one of those players you kind of mentioned there, Terron Arnold, I know you had an interesting time talking to TA, though, Doc. You're trying to get the information that people want to know. What have you thought? I know Dan said he needs to earn that spot, which I think is a big thing. We talked about it yesterday. I know TA injured last year, showed some flashes, but Dan preached competition. TA's a first-round pick. He's not just giving that spot up. What have you kind of thought of this storyline with TA and him kind of working his way to secure that number 2 corner spot? And also your dialogue with TA. You can talk about that, Doc. Explain to the people what happened there.
Yeah, no, look, it was good to see him out there. Obviously, we didn't see him in the full capacity. I think it was a little bit eye-opening that he said he was only at 75% health at this point. My goodness. And so, look, it really ties into my last comment. So if the Lions play more nickel, if they play more 5 defensive backs, well, obviously that means they're going to be one less linebacker. So what that means is that's a little bit less size. The Detroit Lions defensive backs are not the tallest, biggest guys in the world. So I believe the defensive backs coach, I asked him, I said, okay, if you guys do more nickel, what are some of the early challenges? Well, he said, look, run defense will be a challenge because guess what? Opponents, and this is fun for those that love scheme, opponents, if they start to see the Lions in more nickel, they're just going to do more 12 and 13 personnel, line up the big tight ends like you guys were talking about and try to ram the ball down the Lions' throat. And again, part of what is a little bit concerning is can Terrion Arnold hold up, especially when you realize that Kelvin Shepard wants his cornerbacks to be sure tacklers. They want them to be physical, press. So I'm a little bit concerned. Can Terrion Arnold's shoulder hold up against teams that are going to run the football? So I'm a little bit concerned. I do think that he's got a chip on his shoulder. I do think the organization is sending him a message of some kind this spring, putting him on the second field by and large. But look, Dan Campbell said don't read too much into it, but you have to. Terrion Arnold was not out there with the first team a lot from what we saw. Do I think he'll earn the job? Yeah. Do I think that there's still concerns that he's going to live up to first-round status? Absolutely. And so, obviously, when Terrion Arnold comes off the field, you want to ask him questions about the offseason type stuff. And most importantly, because right now, I look at it just from the perspective of now the dock is on the loose. I am free to come and go as I please. And who knows where I'm going to end up in the next few hours. I might end up, on one of the favorite mile roads. You never know where you end up. But I'm not a high-paid NFL athlete. So if Terrion Arnold's going to hang out in Florida, if he's going to hang out in Vegas, who knows where he's going to hang out. My question was direct and succinct. I'm like, all right, are you comfortable? Did you make any changes to who you're hanging out with? I wasn't going to be direct and be like, hey, are you going to put $100K maybe in the bank and not leave it allegedly in your apartment? But in the end, the idea and the message was there. It was like, hey, are you comfortable with the people surrounding you, because that's most important. There are 6 weeks here, and it'll be a great success if he, keeps his name out of the news and just continues to work towards being 100%. So that my question was really, really, truly a fan question, which is, hey, are we good here with who you got in your life? And respectfully, I think that he got the point, and I liked his answer. Now, he if you listen closely, he conveniently left out any friends. He's like, I got God, I got my family, and I got my grandfather. But with other people there, if it was just me and TA one-on-one, I might have went down the road of friends. But it was a question I think that was valid, and he handled it perfectly. And so that's how it's supposed to go.
Doc, I do want to ask you here, defensively, you guys were able to speak with Kelvin Shepard, defensive assistant coaches, all of them, and a lot of defensive players through minicamp. What's the vibe you're kind of getting from this defense? Do you think there's going to be a kind of a jump in this defense heading into this year? Do you think they're going to make those changes that they keep talking about? Because we all know, like, to win a Super Bowl, this defense has to be clicking, and that's, I think, one of the biggest questions of this offseason is, can this defense be an elite defense like the Seahawks and the Eagles have been and the Chiefs? Do you get that vibe at minicamp? I know they don't have pads, but just kind of the vibe around that unit. What are your thoughts on that since minicamp?
Yeah, no, it's interesting. It's a room that understands. Had a chance to speak to Derek Moore a little bit as well. He understands the room has pressure on it. And it was interesting. If you listen, I really, even though he is soft-spoken, I thought Casey Rogers delivered a lot of insightful comments about the defensive end room. And we asked him about the speed to pressure. He's like, it's a give and take. But he answered the question that I wanted to ask Kelvin Shepard, which was he doesn't really look at too much speed to pressure. He's like, well, guys, if you guys want to look at speed to pressure, we were in the top 10 in sacks last year. I believe top 5 in total sacks. So you look at it and he says, look, we have more length. We have guys, most importantly, in DJ Wonham and Peyton Turner and Derek Moore, guys that are going to be committed to stopping the run. That's first and foremost. And obviously, the most important thing is the complement to Aiden Hutchinson has to produce, has to get there, and like Dan Campbell says, win the one-on-one matchups. I think they're poised to. I do think they upgraded the room. The interesting thing is that Ahmed Hassanin told me early in camp, and now it's been confirmed, they're going to move him a little bit less as a defensive end and move him more to the role of a big end, which means he could maybe play a little bit more in the interior, and that'll be maybe a competition with Levi Onwuzurike for a spot. So Ahmed Hassanin has a chance, along with Mekhi Wingo, to do more things. We all want to see the growth of Tyleik Williams. I do think the defensive line will be better. Are they going to be elite is going to be the key question. And look, by and large, I do understand why people say, hey, go get Max Crosby, go get Myles Garrett. But, bottom line, you have to, go to the party with the person that you expect to handle business. And so the best way to put it is this season's success for the defensive line is going to go how Aiden Hutchinson performs. If he can get to consistently, again, 16 to 20 sacks, if he can be a disruptor, and not only 16 sacks, okay, because remember, not only am I watching the stat line, I'm also watching the games intently. And there was a nice little stretch of games there last year where he had no sacks. And obviously he's going to be double teamed, triple teamed, chipped, all that fun stuff. But bottom line, if you're going to be paid at the highest level, you got to win those reps. So this defense is going to go how Aiden Hutchinson goes. If he's dominant, then look out. You can get into that top 10 defense. So that's been my motto, which is I'm very, very optimistic about the offense, and I'll be gripping and praying a little bit for that defense to step up a little bit. There are big question marks. The safeties, the defensive backs were not all that impressive at minicamp. So I just think that there are going to be question marks regarding the corners and the safeties heading into the season.
Yeah, Doc, always good to talk to you. We all will be clutching our pearls about this defense. But I wanted to ask you about your early takes on the safety room, because we was having that conversation yesterday. And, we went from having one of the best safety tandems in all of football to what we have now. And it's going to be a year in which we don't know about Kirby Joseph. Brian Branch is going to be coming into the season late because of the injury that he suffered. We talked about guys. Do they rely on somebody, a veteran like Chuck Clark? Do they rely on somebody like Thomas Harper, has already been in the building? Avonte Maddox, they brought him back. How does he fit into that? So what is your early takes on just the safety room, and who do you think has a good chance of coming out of that as the starter?
The people love Chuck Clark, Doc. They really love that guy.
He's all business. And I didn't get a chance.
The vibe.
I didn't get a chance to talk to him, but look, I look at it like this, and again, I'll start from just this vantage point. At the end of practice yesterday, we're all kind of starting to set up to talk to the players as they walk off the field, and out comes Brian Branch and Kirby Joseph. And my first thought, just watching them, kind of gingerly walk across the field, I was like, man, we were cheated out of having really one of the best safety tandems in the National Football League. We only got them for a handful of games, and you're like, man. But in regards to that, look, it happens. It's the NFL. Injuries happen. But I do think the Lions have done quite well to restock the position. I think Chuck Clark is a veteran. Him and Christian Izien have been intermingling with the free safety spot, their spot that was manned by Kirby Joseph. But I think both of those guys are going to do the job quite well. I think you're very comfortable. And I do think that seeing the likes of Thomas Harper, seeing Avonte Maddox, Rock Ya-Sin, I think you have a lot of depth in that position. And I do think that there's opportunities for the safety unit to make plays and to be, physical and accomplish everything that Calvin Shepard wants to accomplish. So it's not the same. Obviously Kirby Joseph is a ball hawk. He was always the guy that was going to be around the football. But I do think Chuck Clark will be disruptive. I think Izien is going to thrive in this system. It's just not the same, but I think it's good enough. Most importantly to me on that defense, I think the secondary has to avoid those explosive plays. I mean, I'm concerned about TA and DJ Reed. Obviously, they have potential, they have talent, but when you hear about DJ Reed needing to go to Panama to repair and get that hamstring healed, you just hope that at that position where you got to have quick movements, twitch, you hope that he can guard and man up against some of the top receivers in this league. It's tough because J-Mo cooked him quite a bit, and you can go with the attitude. I love it. I love the Lions fans. You can go with the attitude of, hey, J-Mo's supposed to cook everybody. But bottom line, NFL receivers have a huge advantage in the National Football League. I just hope that, the disruptiveness of the defensive line gives the corners a chance. Because if they don't, if the speed to pressure is still very slow, then look out. You're going to leave TA and DJ Reed out to dry. But the safety position right now is not my primary concern.
Doc, I got to ask you, you're a quarterback guy. I know you, Doc. And I know you're there at minicamp, and I know your eye peeks over at Luke Altmaier. Just a little bit. Just seeing what Luke – yeah, look at him. He's shaking his head. I know you, Doc. Tell me about Luke Altmaier. This guy, he's getting some hype. I know the backup. No one's saying he's going to replace Goff, but as a backup quarterback, because we saw the clip, which I'm sure we're going to get to Jimmy Rolder later with Boone. He's going to ask you about it. But the pick that Jimmy Rolder had on Teddy, and then Luke's just throwing dimes out here, Doc. What's going on with Luke Altmaier? Tell me about him.
Yeah, no, look, you realize as a player that many thought could have been drafted in the later rounds. I had asked, because it was interesting, we were all looking for obviously undrafted free agents to write about, and obviously the quarterback position is key. So I'm the reporter that started the discussion with Dan Campbell and Drew Petzing. I wanted to know about Luke Altmaier. And that was just on the heels of the coaches saying, we're not going to hype anybody up. One of the first people to get hyped up from Dan Campbell was a question from the doc. And who was the first person he hyped up? Luke Altmaier. He's like, man, that dude does not lack confidence. And it's good. Look, it's early. He's raw. But I'll tell you this, okay? Something that you don't see with Jared Goff too often. Jared Goff is cerebral. He reads defenses. He knows exactly where everybody wants to be. He knows exactly where defenses are weak, and he can get the football there. But he doesn't do what Luke Altmaier did on this one play. Obviously, he's going to make mistakes and throw interceptions and have issues, but there was a play, and he scrambles out, and obviously there's coverage. He just kind of maneuvers to the right and just zips the ball right up the seam. Ooh. And complete, unbelievable accuracy, unbelievable arm strength. And you're like, okay, now he's not Lamar Jackson fast, but he's athletic. And he can move and throw the football on the move accurately with zip. That was nice to see. And I think that at the very least, you got a player that is a little bit grumpy and irritated. He didn't get drafted, and he believes in his skill set. And I think that when you have a player like that who's going to learn from two vets, I like his potential. I think that I think it's a long shot that he makes the roster, but he might be a player that ends up being the developmental quarterback because they've tried to keep a quarterback on the practice squad, but they've just kind of been going through him. So I do think this quarterback has a chance to shine in the preseason and get some good work in, especially too with the likes of the caliber of the receivers. I mean, Jackson Meeks and Dortch are not bad options when you're a young quarterback to get open. And also too that he's been given a little bit of opportunity to work with Tesla and a bunch of the other receivers. So Luke Altmaier, I think, is a comfortable, reliable, developmental quarterback, but our eyes are always open. Did anybody know of a gambling addict that's 6'3", athletic, and also can zip the football? I started watching film. If there was gamble to him, if there was no issue, I would do it. But the supplemental draft is crazy. I'm not bidding on a player like that. I just hope somehow or another you get a chance to get him for cheap. But look, you always look at the quarterback spot. Luke Altmaier, I think, is going to make everybody happy, at least in terms of developing, being confident, and having some skills. And in the end, like you guys said, if you have a good offensive line and a lot of good weapons, you can even make Jared Goff look proficient.
Yeah, okay. All right, Doc.
You see what he does?
Yeah, this guy's ridiculous. Let's change the topic here. Can I ask you, after minicamp, what are are there some surprise cut candidates, and who's kind of on the line of the edge of the roster here? Maybe some players that everyone thought was going to make the roster, but after, some guys stepped up and some names come out. Who are you looking at here that's going to have a little bit of a red flag going into training camp?
Yeah, look, the way I perceive it is, it's a lot of competition, man. It's going to be interesting. I'm curious to see which safeties. Does Jan Jackson make the cut? I had a chance to talk to him. A little bit reserved, but had a chance to, if you can go check it all out at Lions on SI. I think he's somebody that has a chance for a special teams role uphill to play at safety this year. Dan Jackson. I do think Dominic Lovett and Jackson Meeks are going to be battling. It's been confirmed now. 2 players have switched positions. In essence, their roles will be different. Ahmed Hassanin, big end, and Jackson Meeks, now it's confirmed. We knew that Jackson Meeks was taking a lot of reps at tight end. Last year, Dan talked about it. I wrote about it at Lions on SI, so it should be no surprise to our readers, because I did an article last week or 2 weeks ago where I said, hey, there's a couple players that can have multiple different roles on this team, and I included Jackson Meeks. But he's going to be competing at tight end. That's going to be difficult. That might put a little bit more competition on Tyler Conklin, who was not available for a minicamp. We're still trying to figure out, Booner, what's going on with Tyler Conklin and why he was not there. The reporters asked a lot of questions, but we just neglected to find out about Tyler Conklin. And the name that I think maybe will surprise some people, but because they brought him back, I do think Levi Onwuzurike has a lot to prove. Even though the Lions have a lot of trust in him, they keep bringing him back. I do think that him playing in the interior with other competition, you didn't see him really work a lot with the ones. So I do think that his spot is going to be one in which you say, okay, he's got to perform in training camp. And that's going to be interesting to see a lot of guys that are out there that have to earn a spot and maintain a spot on the roster. So it's going to be fun at training camp, no doubt about it.
Also, Doc, I do want to ask one player, Michigan man. I know you're a Michigan State guy, but Michigan man, Jimmy Rolder. Can you give a little insight on what Jimmy Rolder's looked like? Do we think, expectations, has it changed? Obviously, no one really expected him to step in and be, a guy right away. But it seems like through OTAs and minicamp, that's been one of the names that just keeps popping up. That's making plays. Coaches keep bringing him up. Teammates bring him up. Media's talking about him. Do we see maybe a Jimmy Rolder continuing to find more success and actually have maybe a piece within this defense in his rookie year?
Yeah, look, 1 o'clock or so, Vito has his topic, one rookie that might shock or surprise based on his productivity, and that name that he chose, Jimmy Rolder. And here's what we've seen. This is a guy that, a lot of people overlooked, based on the star power at Michigan and his inexperience. But now you see him out there. He's fluid. He can move. He's obviously surprising a little bit in coverage, stepping in front of a pass. Now, some people thought that he picked off Jared Goff. I know it's easy to assume that Goff throws a lot of picks, but Rolder actually picked off Teddy Bridgewater, and he was just right there at the right spot. And that goes to what I think, I hate to say it, but what Michigan does well. They prepare their guys for life in the NFL. And what it means is he's ready to practice. He's a professional. He's got a lot to prove. And quite frankly, it's just really simple to say he's a Lion. He wants to work hard, wants to prove himself. And when you're in a room with Jack Campbell, Malcolm Rodriguez, Derek Barnes, there's no room for loafing, because what are you going to do? Tell Jack Campbell that you didn't understand where your assignment was? No, he's going to do his homework. It's a perfect room for him. He's doing great in coverage. But look, obviously, I do think it's going to be a little bit of an uphill climb to get a lot of reps, but I see him contributing a little bit. And I think special teams will be a spot where early on he gets a role. But look out. Jimmy Rolder's on the scene, and people are going to pay attention to him. He'll be, I would be shocked if any reporter, beat writer does not include Jimmy Rolder as a name to watch at training camp. They're not doing their job correctly. So Jimmy Rolder, a name to watch. maybe another mid-round stud that Brad Holmes finds for this Detroit Lions football team.
Final question for you, Doc. We got a $2 donation. Michael Weir, we appreciate you. He says, ask the Doc about Manu. We gotta have the Manu update, Doc. I know they're talking about playing him at guard a little bit. This is make or break for the guy. What's going on with Giovanni Manu?
Yeah, I just look at it like an uphill climb, man. When you start talking about him at guard, I get it. Emmett wrote about it as well in regards to could he succeed there. Again, you can check it out. Lions on SI, daily cover. We're not going anywhere. No break for the Doc. Now, there will be more days in the pool. Maybe I'm going to hang out with Terry on in some places that you're not supposed to tell anybody. But we'll keep that under wraps off the record.
Please do.
But in the end, look, I don't see Giovanni Manu succeeding at guard. I think he's raw. And look at this. You're going to tell me that he's going to beat out Miles Frazier, Ben Barch, Juice Scruggs, who's got experience in the league. It's an uphill climb. I do think that, the Lions like him, and I think they viewed it maybe as a longer term situation than many of us thought. But, just to me, I think in my 53-man update, which I just dropped, I believe I had him out. But if I had him in, I just think he's the last offensive lineman. I do think there's better options in terms of rotational guards. And I just think that it's an uphill climb. Look, he's doing everything necessary, but Canadian football is a much different animal than life in the NFL when you got the likes of Derek Moore, Peyton Turner, Aiden Hutchinson, and then the rest of the defensive ends that are just only getting bigger, stronger, faster. It's just a tough game, man. It's not easy. So I do think that, this is his chance to prove it at training camp. I do think it's his final shot. I am wondering if they will invest in him in the spot for the practice squad, but he's got to show a lot. He's going to be the one guy that for sure is going to be on the list of, hey, he's got to show a lot at training camp this year, and he'll be a player that I'll be watching for sure intently.
Well, great work as always, Doc. We appreciate you providing information for us and the people. Keep up the great work. You can check more of Doc out, Detroit Lions on SI on YouTube, Detroit Lions on SI. Great Lions coverage. It's the coverage we follow. We appreciate you, DOC. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you, Doc.
Yes, guys. Thank you, guys. It's great to have a home to talk about the Detroit Lions. You guys know our conversations are always great. And then, listen, my phone is blowing up as always. People want to interview me. People on your network want to interview me. And I'm like, wait a minute. I want to be loyal to the guys and bring them the information first. And listen, I appreciate crunch time. Appreciate everybody behind the scenes. And let's go. Hey, even though it's the offseason, the primetime player is still going to be around, bringing the noise, bringing you the nitty-gritty, and bringing you all interesting Detroit Lions content. Let's go, everybody.
Pop your shit, Doc.
The PTPer, as Dick Vitale would say.
Prime time, baby. DOC. Peace.
There
Thanks,
you go.
Doc. Appreciate
Man
you, man.
of the people. We got to get to break. We got to double up here. We got Gold Crown and Mad Packs, KG. Tell us about
All right, I will tell the people about Gold Crown and Mad Packs. I wonder if the Doc partakes in some Gold Crown and Mad Packs.
Good question.
In the offseason now he will.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's a fact for sure. Maybe after the season as well. But stop everything for a second because we just got some new news from Gold Crown. Really ain't new news, but it's one of their best products out right now. It's the Royal Jesters, 1.5 grams each, and they are quad infused, Keef coated, live resin infused, THCA, diamonds, and terpenes, all packed into a luxury joint. Perfect for smoking on these summer days, man. And listen, Michigan made, top tier, no shortcuts. Next time you at the dispo, don't think, just ask for the Royal Jesters, because if you're gonna smoke, you should smoke like royalty. And if Gold Crown ain't your thing, maybe you want to go over to Mad Packs, man. Maybe you just want to, don't want to hit the hard stuff. Maybe you just want to relax. Well, Mad Packs has got you covered because they took some of their best weed products and fused them into gummies. The Boom Shakalaka 200 milligram hash rosin gummies and the Hilo 200 milligram live resin gummies. They also got the Mad Packs extracts, that's the concentrates, and they got the Blizzard packs, which is the Moon Rock, man. You can get all of this at getmadpacks.com. Mad flavor, mad high, Mad Packs. We'll be right back.
Thank you to all the fans for making Woodward Sports your #1 online destination for Detroit sports. We promise not to drop the ball.
You know how some things are so good they should be world famous, but they're not? Our house-made vinaigrette is one of those things. And the antipasto salad, we drizzle it over. Same with our hand-battered chicken tenders. Original recipe soups and pasta sauces. It's almost as if our original, world-famous Detroit-style pizza is mocking them. And that's not very nice.
Elysian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
If you didn't get tired of me talking about weed products, here I am again to tell you about Loom, man. And I love Loom, man. I always make stops at Loom, re-upping on the good stuff, the good tree. But listen, they got the Buzzin' energy drinks for the summer, man. And listen, it's the same Buzzins that you know and love, 7.5 milligrams of pure THC, but they have combined that with 100 milligrams of caffeine from green tea extract. But it's not the artificial stuff. It's real fruit and bold in flavor, light in calories, man. You can get all of these in refreshing flavors like peach and raspberry lemonade, and you can get all of those by going to loom.com or any of their 40 locations across the state. And do not forget, 30% off your entire order online or in store. Use code WSN30. Save some money, why don't you?
And as well, after that, make sure your summer nights, cold drinks, and Tigers baseball. You can head over to Art and Jake's. Woodward Sports is heading there in Sterling Heights for a Detroit Tigers watch party. Come out and hang with the crew as we will be live Tuesday, June 30th at 7 p.m. as the Detroit Tigers take on the New York Yankees. You won't want to miss a single pitch with over 80 wall-to-wall TVs, 22 draft beers on tap to keep you refreshed, and a menu packed with absolute fan favorites. Come party with us and grab a Founders and watch the Tigers take on the New York Yankees in Sterling Heights on June 30th. Art and Jake's sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
We're back. It's Crunch Time. Woodward Sports. More to get to. We'll get to Pistons. Trajan Langdon spoke today. Tons of quotes coming out. We'll get to that next segment. We got Hot Take Thursday, and then we got shit you may not know. So we got a packed second hour here. Plenty to get to.
Got a lot, man.
People in the chat are already sending their thoughts on the DOC, but more so Minicamp. I want to read some of this. So Wolverine Network says, that was my hot take last Thursday. Jimmy Rolder will start next to Jack Campbell coming out of the bye week. We'll get to that. Don't worry. We'll read that. We'll talk more about that during the hot take segment. Zach says, ask Doc about the O-line. He talked about it at the beginning. You can go check that out. Someone mentioned Tyler Conklin, too, scouting to the max. Conklin maybe got cut, and they are not going to announce it till after football camp. No, I don't think so.
I think I'm guessing there's some sort of injury or something that happened, and he's just kind of getting back from it. That's
they
my
want
guess.
Tyler Conklin.
Yeah, I mean, look at the year before. Last year he struggled. Yeah, we know that. But the year before and the year before, like, he's a productive tight end in the NFL. So
somebody that can possibly start for you.
Yeah, if Laporta gets hurt or something happens, knock on wood, that's a guy that can step up. And you haven't had a tight end in the with the Lions that have been able to actually go out there and give you production.
Right.
Outside of Laporta.
Yeah, they've lacked it.
Brock Wright, good tight end, good blocking tight end, but he hasn't had that many yards for you.
Yeah.
You know, he's had those one random games where you get a tight or a touchdown from him. But like a guy like Tyler Conklin, he's a very reliable and as well consistent tight end, especially at that second position.
Dwayne Keene in the chat says, what about that kid that had a sign outside? Want to try out for the Detroit Lions football? What's the update on that? Huh? I don't know, actually, to be honest. Freddie McGee. We actually had an interview with Freddie McGee.
Yeah, we had
Freddie
him on Crunch
McGee.
Time.
No way, that's his name.
The third.
Freddie McGee the third.
Freddie McGee.
We had him on Crunch Time. Good dude.
Great dude, man. His story's great.
McGee.
I don't know. I don't know any update on that.
What position is he trying to?
DB.
Oh wow.
He won Defensive Player of the Year in the
MAC, I believe. Yeah, no, he's a good player.
In something, he was.
Didn't he play for Eastern?
He did. He did play for Eastern.
Oh, he didn't win the defensive player. It was like he Arena
won,
League or something.
Yeah, the Arena League. I think it was. But yeah, no, I don't think the Lions gave him a tryout. I do not.
Yeah.
Mike G says, will Neil Rule move the goalposts on Hutch, Rolder, and Moore just because they're Michigan guys?
Yes. Yes. He absolutely will. That's my guy, though.
That's from KG. That's inside information.
It is.
Yeah.
I know my guy. He will. Is he help? They're like, okay, bro.
Yeah, that stuff is great, man. That stuff is great. Let's see. Who farted? Manu will be practice squad or picked up off the waiver wire by another team. Listen, I hate to hear it from the DOC, but what he's saying is true. What he's saying is true about Manu. It's doom
a tough spot to
be. The last chance, bro. Yeah. Enough now. Hold on, say that again.
Will you be satisfied with practice squad, Jeff? Like, are you okay with that for Manu? As long as he could wear the Honolulu blue in some way.
Yeah.
You do like his calves.
They do utilize the practice squad guys.
Yeah, they do, for sure.
They've had practice squad guys that have played and started.
That's
so
best case scenario for him, to be
You're
honest
in a
with you.
spot right there where you could definitely get some time.
He could be
out
the
of
next
it.
Tom Kennedy. This is
Yeah.
the bigger version.
To be
No
honest,
gut.
Brad Holmes might force that because you can't, like, waste third-round capital on this guy and just not get nothing
Well, the
out of
question is, if he's on the practice squad, is he getting plucked?
No, he's not.
No,
Who's plucking
absolutely not.
plucking
Come on,
Giovanni
dude.
Manu?
Absolutely not.
Maybe the Eagles because they're like we had Jordan Mailata and everyone talks about that being the whole thing. But again, guess what? The Eagles actually, by the way, the Eagles lost their offensive line coach. Didn't he? Didn't he retire?
Did he?
I'm pretty sure he retired.
Stoutland?
I think Stoutland retired. Jeff Stoutland retired,
Wow,
man.
did he really?
Wow.
I'm like 80% sure.
Yeah.
He retired.
Yeah, no, you're right.
So if we're talking about Eagles O-line, I don't know about them getting Giovanni Manu in. But yeah,
Wow.
Jeff Stoutland retired this offseason.
No, you'll see Manu in a random Week 8 game. He'll be filling in for Mahogany.
And then he'll be out within like a first quarter because he's getting blown up.
Jared Goff will get sacked 4 times that game.
Imagine Giovanni Manu goes in and wins the left guard spot. Just out of nowhere. Just out of nowhere.
You sound like Doc with this Brendan Sorsby shit.
Imagine that.
Like, bro, come on, Doc.
He just gets the left guard spot.
Yeah, apparently the Brendan Sorsby stuff, by the way, 32 teams expected to be there.
Yeah.
For his,
It got reported.
workout.
Every team's supposed to be in attendance on that.
If he I don't want to get into Sorsby stuff a ton, but if he was in this draft class, would he have been the second quarterback taken? You think?
I don't know.
Sorsby?
No, he would have to play the season. I don't know.
Wow.
So it's tough. Like he was going to go to Texas Tech, and you were going to actually see what he could do in like a real conference.
If he would have put together a season statistically like he did,
they're in the same conference now. I forgot Cincinnati just moved.
Yeah, with more talent. If he put together a season statistically
like
that he did at Cincinnati, he did at with more
tell him,
talent,
Justin, please. Thank you.
Maybe then you'd have an argument, but no, I think you got to do your due diligence. I get that. You got to go to his workout, but 32
There's
teams
going to be a
are
team. I bet you
watching.
the Jets just swoop in and take him. Jets are just going to sit there and they're going to stack that quarterback room up. It'll be Brandon or Sorsby and who else do they have in there? Your guy.
Dude, I don't know who.
Geno Smith.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cade
you're talking about the
Klubnik.
Jets.
The
yeah.
Jets. And who's the third guy
Cade
they have
Klubnik.
there? Cade Klubnik.
That's not my guy, but he is there. Yeah, click the Cade Klubnik.
That's your guy. I think that.
No, he's not my guy. I'm not going down that road.
Clemson's finest,
no,
baby.
No.
We don't believe in that portal shit over here. It's all
No.
about God, man.
Yeah, I mean, he did have a great sophomore year, I believe. A pretty good year statistically, but yeah, I don't know. The Sorsby stuff, I'm out too on it. I don't want nothing to do with it. I know people just look at we try to find a replacement for Goff. I wouldn't kneel on that. Let's just cut that shit out with the Brandon Sorsby stuff.
Yeah.
I think, is anyone still intrigued? Are we all in?
Well, all 32
Not even
NFL
close.
teams are intrigued.
I'm
so.
going to try to run Teddy out there. I ain't going to hold you.
No, you would rather have Sorsby than Teddy Bridgewater.
Yeah,
What are
but we
doing?
got Luke, though. I'm not.
We did have Luke,
I'm
but
riding
again,
I'm riding with
but
Uncle
you
Luke,
said
man.
Teddy
Yeah,
over
KG.
Sorsby.
Yeah, I'm riding with Uncle Luke.
Luke
Mobile
Altmaier.
golf.
I like
bro.
Luke.
It's
I like
mobile
Luke.
golf, bro.
Uncle Luke.
It's my dog.
Mobile
man.
golf. You did say if you put them both in a 16 jersey,
You can't tell the difference.
Can't tell.
And one can run.
Well, no, you can tell the difference. One can run. One's going to be running around the field.
Yeah. Who farted? Please let the guy with the gambling problem go to Vegas. I don't even think they don't even.
interesting.
They got Aiden
That'd be
O'Connell
tough.
as their third quarterback.
Again, he's going to end up in New York. And
Aiden O'Connell.
He did beat the Chiefs. He
True.
beat up on the Chiefs for sure.
Yeah. Dante says, well, KG, I was told by the chat that Derek Moore was the help for Hutchinson.
Well, yeah. That's
We got to chill with it.
very Neil-esque comment, but yeah, I mean, he is help. But once again, don't get help confused with the word answer. He may not be the answer there, or at least not yet, but he is help. Like,
Yeah. That's fair.
anything's more help than fucking Marcus Davenport or Josh Pascal, who did nothing for you.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about help year one, but
Yeah,
hopefully
that's
at
what I'm
some
saying,
point,
right.
yeah, he will be the number 2 edge
Yeah.
and being very productive.
To me, 4 or 5 sacks is help. You come in and get 4 to 5 sacks, I'm cool with that.
That's
But
help. Technically, that's
you
help.
got to get help from other places too. Like I'd be trying to tell Neil, Derek Moore is not going to get all the sacks for the Detroit Lions, man. You got to be looking at other people. We talk about Aleem all the time. Hutch, I kind of need you to start hitting like 16, 17, 18-ish numbers. They're going to find ways to get sacks from other people.
It's fair. Let's get to Pistons, man. Let's take a break. We'll get back. We got Trajan Langdon's comments. You guys don't want to miss it. All the breaking stuff coming out from Trajan Langdon's press comments. He talked a lot. He talked about the offseason. He mentioned Malik Beasley. What's going on with that situation? Is he coming back? The draft, obviously, but moving assets for players. A lot of stuff we're gonna get to. Probably get to some of it tomorrow as well. Then we got Hot Take Thursday after that. So don't go anywhere. Hit the like button on the stream while you're watching. But we got to hear about Massage Chair House, Caleb.
Yeah, if you're looking to take your relaxation to the next level, Massage Chair House in Bloomfield Hills is the place to be. They carry top brands like Infinity and Osaki, making it the go-to destination for premium comfort and cutting-edge wellness technology. Be sure to visit Dr. Eric Duncan, the Wellness Doc, creator of the #1 YouTube channel for massage chair reviews at the Wellness Doc. Book your visit today at massagechairhouse.com or simply scan the QR code on your screen. Massage Chair House, your ticket to ultimate recovery and relaxation.
Game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
Finally, life-enhancing LASIK surgery at a price you can afford. Michigan's most experienced eye surgeon, Dr. Yaldo, is offering the most advanced LASIK at just $1,699 per eye, regardless of your prescription. Imagine not just being free from contacts and glasses, but actually seeing better without them. This limited 2026 spring offer is thousands less than others charge. Go to YaldoEyeCenter.com for your free evaluation and save.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
All right, we're excited to welcome our new partners over at Founding Brewing and the legendary All Day IPA. It marks the 15th year anniversary of All Day IPA. It helped define the session of IPA category, but it's the fans that have made it last. Citrusy and crisp, refreshing with a perfect balanced taste and a 4.7 ABV. It's built to go the distance for the entire game. So next time you're watching the game, make it an All Day IPA from Founders. And as always, just drink responsibly, please.
We're back. It's Crunch Time, Woodward Sports. More to get to. We just wrapped up talking to the DOC, spent the first hour of minicamp.
The doc!
And we're going to get to some of Trajan Langdon's press conference because he spoke about a lot of different things. I do want to talk about Malik Beasley for a second because he was asked about him. Brandon Dent, our guy, Detroit Kool-Aid, covers the Detroit Pistons for Woodward Sports. He put out on Twitter, Trajan Langdon on Malik Beasley. He was asked about him. He said, I haven't had talks with Malik Beasley's agent because he doesn't have one. And then he said, I have not had conversations with Malik Beasley either.
I don't know what's going on with that because I think there was a video of Malik Beasley that came out while he was on the phone with someone from the Pistons. I didn't see the video, but from what I'm reading.
Are we getting blue balled with this Malik Beasley stuff?
Someone's lying here. It's either Malik Beasley or it's Trajan Langdon. I honestly, you want to know who I think is lying? I think it's Trajan Langdon.
I think so too.
I think Langdon's trying to play like the long game and be a little bit smarter than the room, and like I'm not gonna let anyone. I'm not tipping my hand, but I think Malik. They're having conversations with Malik Beasley.
Yeah,
I do. I don't. Why wouldn't they? By the way, too. As long as like his thing's gone and there's no issues with it, and if he gets cleared by the NBA, I mean the guy's another shooter to add on this team, and then you can get rid of Duncan Robinson for a player or something.
Yeah, you could use Duncan Robinson as signing trade, but the only thing I've seen of Malik Beasley is, well, number one, I didn't know he doesn't have an agent. You probably need one of those if you're in his situation. And number two, the only thing I've seen of Malik Beasley is he's on Instagram Live and maybe TikTok Live also.
Always.
So that's all I've seen of Malik Beasley. But yeah, I mean. Booner, I think it's Trajan, the one that's lying. You should bring Malik Beasley back immediately.
Yeah, I mean you need shooters.
They could use him, and I think it's interesting. I don't know if he's trying to play the long game or not, but hopefully Malik Beasley does come back. Langdon also talked about extensions with Duren and Thompson. He was asked about him. He said, "quote There haven't been at this point any extension talks, and to be honest, you'll never know how those conversations are going."
So he basically just said there actually are talks going on, but I'm not telling you guys, right?
I believe him.
Because at the end of you believe him? I don't. He literally just said you guys wouldn't know. So he's like not. He's literally just.
I guess you'll never know.
Yeah, he literally just telling you I would. I'm going to say there's no talks every time. Trajan's starting to get to that point where he just doesn't give you anything.
No, he does the freaking coaches talk, which is honestly fine.
He's good at it. But
it's insane.
I like GMs. There's a side of me like with Brad where when Brad does start letting you know what he's thinking, I love it. But when Brad gets to that point where he's like holding his cards close to his chest, I hate it, but I love it because you want your GM to be like that. You don't want your GM leaking stuff in the media.
I mean, yeah, he's got the it's kind of like the Brad Holmes. All the GMs kind of have the similar way they approach it. It's like with Brad Holmes with the draft. He never says really
Stevie
anything.
Y probably gives you the most, and he doesn't really give you anything
at all.
Yeah, and he probably, if you did rank who gives you the most, it might be Steve Y.
I think Stevie Y's one.
Yeah, and then it's probably Scott Harris, and then it's probably Brad, and then Trajan Langdon. Trajan, I mean, honestly, today he did actually. Do we have the quote about the pick, the draft?
Yeah, we can get to that.
There might be. I don't know if there's a video of it, but let me see. Yeah, here, we got a video of it. You guys want to play this video, Caleb? Can I send it?
Yeah, let's play it. Trajan Langdon talking about the draft
I'm going
pick
to send
this
you
year.
the link real quick.
I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, there's
We're getting closer to D-Day, man.
Yeah,
what you
we
gonna
are.
do?
I mean,
Just sent it.
Is you drafting or is you not?
Yep.
He
What's
actually
going on with that?
He kind of straight up told us what he's going to do, which is shocking for a GM to do.
Okay.
He gave a, hey, I'm more likely to do this.
Yeah.
Which I don't, again,
Which
I don't
is
know if
no
I like
surprise.
that.
It's no surprise.
No, it's not. But it's like for your GM again, when especially draft season, hold those cards close. Like I hate it when Brad gives away like, hey, we might move up. We might. He's so good.
Well, before we play this, it ties into that. Shout out Kookie Hill. He put this out on Twitter. He says Langdon says he's not judging each year as a success or not if they win a championship. He said they lost this year, but this year was a great success. He also talked about building around those core players. Like we got to add players to build around the core we have.
Yeah.
And he mentioned all the guys. So it's not. It doesn't give me the feeling that you're gonna trade and start. Let's play the clip. Actually,
he did real quick. He did mention the New York Knicks too. Someone did ask him about the Knicks rebuild, and the similarities of hey, you guys were good versus the Knicks in the regular season. The whole easy argument, and Trajan Langdon shut easy down. Trajan Langdon basically slapped Easy in the face.
Damn.
That's what happened.
It's that bad.
He basically slapped. He heard Easy in that argument and slapped him and said, "Stop with that nonsense."
Let's play the clip, Caleb.
Go ahead and shoot.
Trajan, big move at the deadline obviously was being able to move up to the 21st pick. I guess one, how do you view the depth of this draft, and then how much do you view being able to move up, helping you guys achieve the goals you have for this draft, getting the player you want?
Yeah, no, I think we were fortunate, kind of where we landed in terms of that swap of picks. There was a chance that Minnesota hadn't played well, that we could have, we would have just stayed at where we were. But given the chances, we were able to, secure that 21st pick that we have and feel we're going to get a good player here. Couldn't have anticipated the amount of players that went back through the NIL to school, so I think that has kind of thinned up the depth of the draft. We still think it is a good draft, and I think we'll find a good player at 21. I don't think we'll look at flipping back or getting out, but could we look at situations to get up if need be? But I do think if we stay at 21, we'll find a player for that.
Do you think, not just with your pick, but overall, there will be a lot of movement on draft night? There often is, but this year seems to might be pretty volatile, not just for you guys, but around the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, look, we've talked to 29 teams around different things, and everybody's been pretty vague with concepts. But I do have a feel that people will be aggressively trying to get better, or looking at ways to get better, which we're doing the same thing through different roadmaps and trying to figure out what the best one is and how they can intersect with other teams to get things done. So probably. I don't think there'll be much movement within the lottery because I think you're going to get those teams will get good players where they're at. But I think maybe outside of it, picks could be used for players or picks could be used to flip forward when you have teams with multiple first-round picks.
Video's credit of Amari Sankofa from the Detroit Free Press, but I think what he's saying there is, it's a deep draft. I understand that. So they're picking at 21. Probably going to stay put there.
Well, he said it's more likely for us to move up. than it is for us to move back or out of the draft completely.
Wants another young player.
He also spoke about the depth of the draft kind of being eliminated with NIL and stuff like that.
So he probably is looking at it and he's like, hey, we're at 21. Maybe we have a guy we like, but if there's a guy, at 15 or 16 that they can move up and go get, he probably has a list of guys from that like 12 to 20 range.
Yeah, so you are a Detroit
and
Piston.
wants something. I do think this is me putting my tinfoil hat on with Trajan. He was never going to go up there and be like, yeah, we're going to trade out or we're going to trade our pick. And I think one of the I always look at this
alluded
with
to
GMs.
it though.
I think the thing that he did here well was with GMs is you want to try and get your value up in your pick as high as possible. So like for him, hey, we love where we're at 21. We think there's going to be a really good player. You know what that does? That you're in the media saying that. Other teams around the league are like, oh, that makes that pick maybe a little bit more valuable. Obviously, he's not going to make it swing completely, but other GMs come to him about trading for a specific player, and they're like, hey, we'll give you this for 21. And he's like, well, hey, like I value this number 21 pick this year. Like you saw in the media, like I love my number 21 pick.
Yeah.
So it makes it worth a little bit more than it would if
he's calculated.
If he goes out and he's like, hey, this draft's really bad. Like we might just move back because we don't love what we're going to get at 21. Then it's hard to move that pick in a trade because people are going to be like, you don't even like that pick anyways. So who cares? Like give us less or give us more. So I think for him, he was very, like Jeff said, calculated with it. And being like, all right, hey, we love this pick at 21. Now he's able to go shop it, and people are going to look at it at a higher value.
Yeah, he did a very good job of saying, hey, we want to draft, but we're not locked into the draft. Because I think he kind of alluded to that when he talked about intersecting with other teams to get stuff done. I think they are maybe open to trading up or just trading out of that pick completely. But if they had their way, they would stay put, depending on how the draft shakes out, which we don't know because we know about the lottery picks. This is more of a loaded draft than we've had in previous years. So maybe you do get a guy to fall to you. But I'm glad that he doesn't seem to be just married to the idea, okay, we're going to bring a young guy in here, we're going to coach him up, and that'll be our next big piece acquisition. I don't think that's the case. I think maybe even he might be looking for established NBA players to maybe, I can put that 21 pick with something else and go actually get an established veteran. I think that's on the table as well.
Yeah, if you guys want an idea on what everybody thinks Detroit is going to do with that 21 pick, ESPN 3 days ago just put out a mock draft, and I've seen this guy get mocked to the Pistons a million times in a ton of mock draft. They have them taking Bennett Sturtz, the point guard from Iowa. He is older. He's 22, but he averaged 20 points at Iowa.
He's a bucket, by the way.
Yeah, he is a bucket. He's a good player.
Shooter.
But I definitely think you should trade that pick for like you said, KG, like an NBA player that's already proven it. You're not going to get a star with pick 21, but just a role player that is gonna get you good minutes.
That's an interesting mock. And Jeff, I kind of want to ask you this because I know you really tapped in. Do you think the need for a secondary scorer outweighs the need for a backup like ball handler? Because they're really keen on we really need to get that secondary ball handler to Cade, which is important. But I think the secondary scorer is a little more important. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the best case, and he was actually asked about that, getting like on-ball or off-ball playmaking, and he said, I believe the word he used, I'd have to find the exact quote, but he said probably on-ball. So I think an ideal scenario, and we're going to talk more about it plenty, but finding a guy who can score but can also handle the rock, because they need on-ball. They need
both.
Kyrie.
They need both. But to me, one outweighs the other.
And I think, to be honest, what they missed a lot this year in the playoffs, as much as having a scorer is important, is they miss guys who can just handle the ball too.
That's the biggest thing, is getting someone who can have the ball in their hand and get a bucket and kind of go out there where Cade, like people I think too much put Cade in that cat. He's a point guard, but put in the part where it's like, hey, you need Cade to have the ball in hand constantly.
Right.
But you need someone that where, hey, Cade can go out of the wing. Yeah. Cade can give the ball up to, another guard that can go out there and run this offense.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that they're missing. And they don't have that right now. They really don't. It's literally just Cade, and then it's like Dennis Jenkins off the bench, but he's not at that level. Like, you need someone at a different level, a starting level where you can pair with Cade.
They lost to the Cavs. The Cavs have two not only great players, but guys that can handle the ball.
Yeah, I think when we bring some guys up, I think Pistons fans get too much into that. Well, you can't get Cade off the ball or take the ball away from Cade this much. Look what the Cavs have done.
Yeah.
Look even with the Knicks. The Knicks OG has the ball in his hand a lot. Yeah. But Jalen Brunson in crunch time, and no pun intended, but when it's time to go, Jalen Brunson has the ball in his hand. That's your Cade, but you also have OG that can get the ball. Mikal Bridges has the ball in his hands.
Yeah.
They have those players. Pistons don't have a second guy like that. Like Tobias with the ball in his hand,
Yeah.
He's catch the ball in the high,
do it, but
the
he
high
can't
post.
score.
Yeah, no.
Right.
Yeah.
Like Asar can do it, but can't score.
He can have the ball, but he's not a playmaker.
Yeah.
He's not. He's I got the ball in hand. Guess what he's doing? He's passing.
Even the Spurs have so many guys that can handle the ball.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
they have like almost everyone actually on that team.
I mean, Booner, I know we got to go to break real quick, but like Booner, you just brought up the Knicks too. Like the Pistons don't even have like a Josh Hart. That's someone you could rely on bringing the ball up and getting the ball to your playmakers. So to answer your question, KG, like obviously, like yeah, Kyrie would be nice because he could do both. He could handle the ball and he could score.
Yeah.
Trey Murphy can do both. I think more important, you need that secondary ball handler because we put too much trust in a guy like Dennis Jenkins, who was in the G League in August or September, and we put too much trust in him in the playoffs. I think you need another guy that could just take the load off Cade. You know who was that guy for us? Was Dennis Schroeder.
Yeah, no
question.
We need
another Dennis Schroeder.
Absolutely.
Let's go to break. When we come back, we'll get to Hot Take Thursday. We got our hot takes. Everyone in the chat, fire them off. We got some videos.
Drop them in there.
We got a video too. ETN, shout out. We're going to play your video as well. He sent his in. You guys can send your videos in. Send it to our socials, Crunch Time Sports, or our personals. Send those videos. We'll get them on Hot Take Thursday every week. We got a submission today. We're going to go to the chat. We're going to go around the room. But before we do that, I got to tell you about Water Hazard from Founders. Delicious. Absolutely delicious. I'm actually going golfing this weekend, and I'm going to make sure I grab a Water Hazard. It's delicious. It's the vodka-based cocktail from Founders at 5% ABV. It's citrusy, refreshing. You can put a lemon in it, make it even more delicious. So next time you're out getting a drink with Water Hazard, please drink responsibly.
Jameer Gibbs, breakout season, loading.
Inside the 5, Gibbs to the end zone, touchdown!
Woodward Sports, the most dominant Detroit sports coverage around.
It's mortgage's symbol of excellence, part of the very fabric of mortgage pros. The Blue Jacket, a symbol reserved for those that have separated themselves from the pack. Those who chose discipline over excuses, standards over shortcuts. At Mortgage Pros, greatness isn't given, it is earned.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side. Woodward Sports.
All right, let me tell you about the best deep dish pizza around, Buddy's Pizza. They've been celebrating the original Detroit-style pizza for the past 80 years, and they are grateful to be your hometown favorite. Follow their social channels and join the rewards program to see what they have planned throughout 2026. Add some Detroit-style to your next add some Detroit-style to your next catering event with Buddy's Catering. Their menu is packed with fan favorites, including their award-winning pizzas, signature salads, home-style pastas, and more. Save 20% on your next catering order of $20 or more or $200 or more when you order with promo code Woodward20. Visit buddyspizza.com/catering to view their complete menu and place your order today.
We're back. It's Hot Take Thursday, firing off our hot takes of the week, and we're going to get to ETN's, who sent his in as a submission. I'll go first. There's my hot take for this week. I know last week I had a take about the Vikings. I'm changing sports. All right? And this is more so two franchises in Detroit, and I'm going to go with the Detroit Pistons because my hot take for Hot Take Thursday is the Detroit Pistons will win a championship before the Detroit Lions.
Ooh-wee.
And the reason why I believe that, and the thing that we've seen with the Knicks win this year, look back the last 8 years in the NBA, 8 different champions in the NBA.
Yeah.
And you already have a superstar player, which is half the battle in Cade Cunningham. You have a young core of talented players, which you can move if you so choose. And you have, that's the movable assets part. Parlay that with the draft picks you currently have. So I think the Pistons window is open. It just depends on what Trajan does with it. So I will put my foot down and say that the Pistons, in my opinion, are in a better position to win an NBA championship based on the parity of the league, based on the window being open, than I believe the Detroit Lions are.
Agreed.
Wow.
And here's the thing with that is what's the hardest thing to do in the NBA? It's to find your guy.
Yeah.
And the Pistons found their guy.
Got
So
a
they're,
superstar.
I'm not saying I don't want to say ahead of schedule, but they already have the number one thing on the checklist checked off. I like that, Jeff. I think that's true.
Jeff, I've been saying that literally over these last few weeks. I've been saying that because to me, when I look at the Lions, they are still a few pieces away from being a legitimate Super Bowl contender again. But when I look at the Pistons, you are literally probably one singular move away from them being in the finals. Now, can they win with that one singular move? It's up to question. Is that one singular move enough to get them there? I do think so. So I would say the Pistons are in a better position as of right now. Currently,
Yeah, I mean, it feels like it. It feels like they're in a better spot.
Yeah.
It like their next step is like they're contenders. I think the Lions are contenders. I think the Pistons are right there as well. So.
Yeah. It just depends on who you bring in for the Pistons.
I just think the Lions have too many, and obviously it's harder to construct a roster in the NFL. But I just think the Pistons have way less question marks. Like you can pinpoint probably two things for the Pistons that they needed: shooting and another ball handler.
That's
but for the NFL or for the Lions, it's like, okay, you have this position on defense. You don't know who's playing left guard for you. You know, you have all this stuff. So Jeff, I like it.
This is mine. Mine goes hand in hand with Jeff's. It's a Pistons one. But the one thing that the Lions did after they went to the NFC Championship game, they were the number, and then the next year they were the number 1 seed. No. The Lions fell off. The Pistons, the number 1 seed, obviously they didn't go to the Eastern Conference Finals, should have, and they should have won that Game 7 versus the Cavs. But if you don't want to take that step back from, what the Lions did and not making the playoffs, my hot take, this offseason, Trajan Langdon and the Detroit Pistons, they need to make not one, but two big trades this offseason to become contenders and go win an NBA championship next year.
Okay.
We talk about the Knicks were in that spot 2 years ago where they went and got OG Anunoby. They went and got Karl Anthony Towns, and they also added in Mikal Bridges. Those three guys right there, they did that 2 years ago because they knew, hey, at some point we need to make that jump to become a championship team with Jalen Brunson. Now the Pistons are at that point to where, hey, people talk about the timelines, right? The Pistons are at that timeline that the Knicks were when they had Jalen Brunson. They had their superstar. Now what do you put around him? That's this offseason. In my opinion, we just put out last night on Woodward Sports a mock trade for the Detroit Pistons to get within that Giannis Antetokounmpo three-way trade with, I think it was like the Heat, the Bucks, and the third team that people say are interested, and it's been reported, is the Detroit Pistons. And the Pistons throw in. That's why I think this whole situation with the 21st overall pick is so massive, because you can use that pick and Ron Holland to get within this three-team trade, and you can go get a Tyler Hero. And then you still have more assets, future first-round picks. You have Isaiah Stewart. You have Duncan Robinson. You have other players, a Karis LeVert, where you can go out there and get a Trey Murphy. And you add Tyler Hero, Trey Murphy. I told Jeff this morning, I said, just think of a lineup. I texted actually Kool-Aid this. I said the lineup of Cade Cunningham, Tyler Hero, Asar Thompson, Trey Murphy, Jalen Duren, and you have Tobias Harris coming off the bench. That right there, that six right there, that's a championship roster. That's being serious about saying, hey, we have our core in Asar, Jalen, and Cade. Now let's get Tyler Hero and Trey Murphy in this building, and let's go win a championship next year.
So with that, I mean, Jalen Duren's going to have to be a part of one of those trades.
Doesn't have to be.
Just money-wise, you do. You don't want to go into that second apron or whatever apron. I don't
Why
know
not?
how fucking aprons work.
Why wouldn't you want to? You want to win a championship?
Yeah, I do, but trading Jalen Duren is going to have to be a part of getting either Tyler Hero or Trey Murphy.
Even the teams that are competing for championships, they try to dance around that second apron, bro, because it can cripple you.
It can, but I mean, hey, if you're serious about winning a championship, you find ways to make this thing work.
No, I feel it.
You find a way.
And I think one thing too with like the apron again, like I am just fucking clueless when it comes to the apron stuff. Like I have no clue.
That's why I just say you find a way to win.
Yes, but
find a way.
The first apron is orange. The second apron is red. We got to get the fuck out of
here.
here.
Yeah, when they take your draft picks and stuff.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, though, go make these moves. If you win a championship next year, who cares? If
But the Celtics are a good example. They went and won a championship.
Yes.
They were in the second apron, and they got rid of a lot of pieces after they won.
And I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with if you make those two trades and you bring Tyler Hero and Trey Murphy in, and you are legit, probably the number one team in the East. Okay, we win a championship. Now, okay, we get rid of people.
Yeah.
And you make that move.
I think that's a big reason why the apron is. I think that's a big reason why we haven't seen two of the same team to win the championship
back
twice
to back.
in a row.
Yeah,
I think
like dynasties.
We haven't seen a dynasty in a while, and I think that's because of the apron. But look, if you want to mortgage like moving into that second apron to win one championship. Look, what's the ultimate goal in the NBA? It's to win a fucking championship. And this city's craving
by the way,
one, so.
Jay Hart in the chat, we can get both those guys and be within the apron. Jay Hart, he knows the apron.
Is that even with a Duncan? I mean,
I don't
think they near the second apron.
From what I've seen, and again, this is just all Twitter world, so we know sometimes it's not real. But from what I've seen, you can get those two deals done without having to get in the second apron and potentially not having to move on from Jalen Duren.
Well, you still have to extend to Sarr and Duren. That's definitely going to get you into that second apron.
It'll get you close. I don't think.
I don't know if it gets you in there.
I mean, that's going to be five guys that are making $30 million a year.
I think you can get this done without having to get rid of one.
Yeah, because I don't even think you got to worry about Sarr till like next season. Duren is this season for sure, but that with some of the moves in the offseason, I don't think that pushes you in this second.
Again, that's why I brought this up, and this is why I was texting Kool-Aid about it, and he says, hey, there are legit some people who think that there's a chance they go get two guys in trades.
They could, yeah.
And they get a Trey Murphy and a Tyler Hero, or they get a Kyrie and a Trey Murphy. Like I think it's a serious conversation. Money-wise, I think it can line up, and I think as well you don't have to move on from your three core guys, which if you want to say Sarr, Cade, and Jalen Duren. Now, guess what? Guys off the roster, Isaiah Stewart probably gone.
Right.
Ron Holland probably gone. Duncan Robinson probably gone.
Yeah.
Karis LeVert probably gone. Those
Maybe
are all
Tobias Harris.
Tobias potentially. That's one. That could be up in the air, but that's also one.
No, for sure.
And then you're sitting there, you're going, okay, we're going all in on our top five, which that's what the Knicks did.
Yeah.
The Knicks had a great starting five, great top six, and then they went out and got just role pieces for those 7th, 8th, 9th guys to come in. Mitchell Robinson, guys like that. So,
and if it's one owner in this town that would maybe flirt around that luxury tax, it is Tom Gores.
No question. Let's get to Etienne's hot take. He sent us one. Etienne, I know you're in the chat watching. Let's hear from him.
Yo, it's your boy Etienne, longtime supporter of Crunch Time Sports. Shout out to Jeff, Booner, KG, and Caleb. You guys are doing a hell of a job. So, Hot Take Thursday. I'm actually going to live up to the name Hot Take Thursday. I'm not going to give kind of warm takes like Jeff and Booner last week. That was pathetic, you two. Ooh, Vikings are going to miss the play. That ain't no hot take. Come on, man. The people want to hear hot takes. Sizzling hot. Like Kate Cunningham. Don't touch me, I'm sizzling. Alright? My hot take, which is actually going to be a hot take, revolves around a quarterback that myself and Lucas Klotz, shout out, have been very high on for a long time. By the end of this 2026 NFL season, Cam Ward will be widely regarded as the best quarterback in the AFC South. You heard it here first. Go big or go home. Like the stream, you fucking peasants.
Shout out Etienne.
By the way,
shout out. That was goated.
That was great. Shout out Etienne, man.
There you go, man. That was great.
Can we say this real quick? We watched the video on the back.
Cooking my ass, man.
He was cooking us. I thought Etienne was about to hit us with the best quarterback in the AFC or the NFL. He said the AFC. Etienne, you can't go at us about warm take and then you give us a warm take. Cam Ward, it's the AFC South.
He's got to be better than Danny Dimes,
Oh,
CJ Stroud,
whoa,
Trevor Lawrence.
Whoa!
I don't think he is.
That's not that crazy though. If we ranked quarterbacks like the best quarterbacks in each division, the AFC South is probably one of the lower ones. Like CJ Stroud hasn't been that great. He's been turning the ball over more than anyone. Trevor Lawrence finally just had a bounce back season.
Yeah.
And then Daniel Jones, the dude's coming off an Achilles injury.
I just don't see the hype with Cam Ward, bro. I never
do.
have.
That's not a hype. I wouldn't be shocked if he's the best quarterback in that division.
He completed a pass falling down.
I know, right?
That is why they're hyping him up.
He could throw a 70-yard ball.
Guy, he was a rookie last year on a terrible team. Cam Ward, he's going to be
He completed a pass falling down.
And say what you want about the other quarterbacks in that division. Danny Dimes, I think, is a better quarterback. Like, C.J. Stroud is arguably the best quarterback in that division if he get his shit together. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, he's been in playoff games. I mean,
Etienne, that's a hot take because Cam Ward.
I don't know if it's
I don't see it.
I don't think
it's hot because I don't see it.
Yeah, it's hot because I don't see it.
It's burning my hands. I know that.
I respect it. I really do.
Good,
and him and Klotz are in the same boat with this Cam Ward stuff. It's like
I just don't see it, dog. Out of college, I didn't see it.
You know what we say with Chuck Clark vibes? Or, it's that's what people are falling.
I thought I was the only one. I'm glad
they said he came in and changed the whole culture around in Tennessee.
Oh, that's a low.
That's
bar.
what they said.
That's a low fucking bar. It's like changing the culture here. All you had to do was throw grit on the shirt here. Oh, we grit.
By the way, who's their coach?
Who's their coach? Rob Saleh.
Yeah,
got
new coach Robert Saleh.
I was gonna say, did the coach get fired during his rookie year?
Lucas Klotz.
And they got a defensive coach. What are we talking? I guess I could see it. That makes sense.
Man, get out of here, bro. I do like Robert Saleh going there because he got a raw deal with the Jets. He really did. You had to deal with punk-ass Aaron Rodgers and all that saga. Yeah,
that defense was incredible.
He'll be better, but I still don't see him being the best QB in that division.
Let's head to break.
Brian Dable and Cam Ward.
I got to tell you about Supreme Lending.
Please do.
You guys and your Cam Ward glazing.
Right. Like
Supreme Lending, though. You're buying a home or refinancing, it's a massive decision. So you want to go with guys you trust. That's why you got to trust Chris and Chad from Supreme Lending. They boast a 99% close-on-time rate, 97% customer satisfaction score. All you got to do, mention Woodward Sports. You'll receive up to $500 off your appraisal. To score the deal, call the numbers on your screen. Talk to Chad and Chris at Supreme Lending today.
Neil Rule and Sean Belizian wake you up every Monday through Friday on Detroit's #1 sports network, Woodward Sports. That's right, Big D Energy has moved to mornings. Get your morning dose of Neil's tone and Sean's insanity. Weekdays 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Two Detroit sports legends coming together for the best Detroit sports morning show there is. Big D Energy, waking you up weekdays on Detroit's #1 sports network.
Thrive Energy Pouches give me the energy and clarity to find and beat the shit out of every opportunity that shows its face.
Live and direct, I'm back on set action. Create the wave, we cannonball splash 'em. Mic cord swinging, get your head chopped. Point blank, dead stop. 16 bars in a headlock.
Thrive Energy Pouches are for the people who actually want to win, not for the crybabies out there who are happy with a participation award. There's zero sugar, so give Thrive a try.
Planet Fitness now has even more best-in-class strength equipment. Join today for $1 down and save.
We're stepping it up.
We're not slowing down.
Finding new faith, new focus.
Love that new equipment smell.
So, you in?
Join the club today. Save when you join for just $1 down, $15 a month. Planet Fitness. We're all strong on this planet.
Has the best sports fans in the world. That's why they deserve the best sports coverage in the world. We are the Woodward Sports Network.
For the Cam Ward believers, got to get your eyes checked. And I have the place to go to. Yaldo Eye Center, only $1,699 for their summer promotion, and it takes just 8 minutes. And the recovery is so fast that most patients are seeing 20/20 the very next day. By the way, contacts, glasses, enough with that stuff. You'll save thousands of dollars if you do it the right way, which is through Yaldo Eye Center. Please book your consultation with the Yaldo Eye Center today, yaldoeyecenter.com/1699.
I'm sorry, Klotz. You talking about enough out of you, KG. I'm sorry, man. I know I ain't trying to shit on you, boy. I just don't see it personally. I know.
Yep.
Klotz said, Lucas Klotz, wait, so Shedeur is going to be good in Cleveland with Monken in the north, but Cam Ward with Dable and Saleh in the south is going to be bad still. Make that make sense.
I'm with you.
It ain't like Salah is this great. He got shit to prove. I do think he got a raw deal with the Jets, but he got some shit to prove now. Like, let's not act like he's just a savior. But he in a shit organization. His skill set, he has the skills, but I don't think it's gonna happen for him in Tennessee for sure. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah. And Shedeur, Shedeur almost had a 400-yard game.
He's a Pro Bowler.
He was a Pro Bowler. I'm just reading Neil Rule.
I'm reading words.
I'm just reading words off the screen. He was a Pro Bowler.
I hate that. I don't want to have this conversation. Not Shedeur Sanders.
They'll do anything but to play Shedeur.
Wait, to be fair, was Cam Ward Pro Bowler?
No, he was
not.
Why? Wow.
Let's get
in the AFC. They're both in the AFC.
Let's get to shit you may not know with Caleb Zarnik. Caleb, get us out of here, man.
They picked Shedeur over Cam Ward.
I got to change it. Klotzy, I'm with you. 100%.
They picked Shedeur over Cam Ward.
No, I would change the subject. I'm not listening to them shit on Cam Ward.
They really did that.
After his rookie season, I'm done with that.
What did he do?
He's a good. I don't want to use the word intangibles, but I'm going to.
Caleb, did he make a Pro Bowl?
Who gives a fuck about the Pro Bowl? Did you watch the Pro Bowl?
Yeah,
no, but
you didn't.
He's got the fundamentals though.
Very fine. Very fine establishment is the Pro Bowl.
I'm done. Klotzy, I'm with you. And ATM. Shout out. But
very fine establishment.
Right.
It's a very fine event that they put on.
Right. Shout out to
put some respect on it.
Sure. Sorry. Yeah. Shout out to Pro Bowl.
Shout out to Pro Bowl.
Was
First
Cam
thing we
Ward
got here-
playing dodgeball?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who
Shador
cares?
was.
Who cares?
If you could dodge a wrench, you could dodge a ball, man.
Yeah. Oh, shout out.
All right.
All time.
All right, sorry about that, Cam. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. Yeah, first thing I got here. Look, we've seen all the videos coming out from the New York fans celebrating after the NBA Finals. Look, they deserve to. It was an awesome win for the Knicks, awesome win for the city. But they just had their parade. I believe it was today or yesterday. And
you know when it was. It's going on right now.
It's going on right now. And yeah, these streets. Here's a video right here. The streets of New York. That is insane. I mean, I think it would be the same. I think it would be the same in
No, it would not be the same. That's wrong.
No,
Why?
Detroit wouldn't be on the map anymore.
Well, no,
if
yeah,
the Lions win,
Detroit, it would be crazy in Detroit, but New York has millions there right now. We would not have millions.
shit, we had 1 million downtown for the draft. Let
Yeah,
alone the
but
Lions win a Super Bowl.
But you got to think though, the draft. It's every NFL team fans are coming in.
There was a lot of
New
Lions
York.
fans there. But I hear you.
Let's not act like this.
I hear you.
Here's
Bill.
another picture.
No,
I think
you
this is in the subway. They're
majority
making
Lion fans
people
at the
walk.
draft.
I mean,
come on.
Well, here's the thing. Can they really track, though, how many people are there? There's
no,
going to be millions.
I mean, let's just call it what it is.
How do
New
you
York.
track that?
This event today, this is the biggest championship parade that we'll ever see.
For sure.
The only city that can do it like this, and like Detroit, they're gonna have a lot of people, and it's gonna be a lot of people downtown.
LA.
Chicago.
No, LA won't. Maybe Chicago. LA won't because there's not really like
Chicago
LA. The
has
Rams
some
won and there
huge
wasn't
parades.
that many
Yeah,
people.
that's fair.
But like New York, it's like they barely have won anything in how long?
Yeah.
There's how many people there? It's Brooklyn, New Jersey,
it's two,
New
yeah.
York. There's millions down there today. Detroit, everyone will be there, but we're not gonna get that turnout. It's gonna be a fun time.
bro.
No, KG, I love you. You're not getting that turnout.
I don't know, bro.
You keep saying I don't know. Statistically, the amount of people in
How
New
many
York
people
to
live
Detroit.
there?
Well, yes.
What are we talking about?
I'm aware
here?
of that, but
there's no I don't know. This is going to be the biggest.
there's
one of all
less
time.
people in Detroit than New York.
Exactly. That's
yes.
what I'm saying.
But
statistically, this is going to be the
let
biggest
the
one
Lions
ever.
fuck around. We gonna get all the transplants.
You're playing into
People,
the fans. Hey, he's playing into the fans right now.
I'm
I get
not,
it. I get
bro.
what you're doing.
It's gonna be fucking
but you're not
insane.
going to have that. many
Goodbye,
people.
Hart Plaza. You no longer
right.
exist. It's gonna be bad, bro. I'm telling you. But go ahead.
What else we got, Caleb?
Second one here. This is something we talked about a little bit before the show, but I told Jeff he has to stay quiet because this was a part of the segment. We had a.
Here we go.
We had.
The unction?
Let's
The
see.
unction.
We had Kevin Love, J.R. Smith,
The unction.
Richard Jefferson, LeBron, Tristan Thompson, and Channing Frye.
What's Kendrick Perkins?
Go on a
Shout
golf
out,
trip.
man. Kendrick.
Now, everybody's
Why
saying,
is-
everybody's like, where? Okay, let me say this first. LeBron, he's only been golfing for probably like 3 months. He's actually good. Like these videos that Richard Jefferson is posting, like he's a good player, which hurts my feelings. I've been golfing for 5 years and I still suck, and LeBron's better than me. But everybody's asking, where is Kyrie at this trip? And
Where's James Jones?
Where's James Jones? Where's Kyle Korver?
Timothy
Where's-
Mozgov?
Yeah, where are these guys?
Holy shit.
The big one was Kyrie Irving. Everybody wanted to know where he was at, and
Was Amon Shumpert in there?
No, Amon Shumpert was not in there.
dude.
And
man.
everybody wanted to know where Kyrie's at, and J.R. Smith commented on an Instagram post that we asked him to come, and he ghosted us.
Come on, Kai.
Come on, Kyrie.
I love
Kyrie is a private
You know why,
person.
boys?
All right, he don't buy into all that.
He's talking to Trajan Langdon.
Well, there was also
Hopefully.
videos of Kyrie working out in the gym too, so that he said, "Fuck golf. I'm trying to get better."
Kyrie's one of my favorite players ever to watch. I love Kyrie.
Yeah.
He's up there for me. He's one of my. I mean, I have a couple
Absolutely,
players.
bro.
I'm like, you know what I mean? You got to. Kyrie's up there. I love Kyrie.
As Stephen A. would say, box office.
But he's got to be there, man. You got to be with the boys. He must have obviously other obligations.
I
but,
don't think he gotta be there.
But
'cause
if
I
he's
think-
ghosting though,
No, but I think his time there wasn't necessarily the best. I know he was a big part of that championship, but think about the Kyrie timeline. That's right around when he started feeling a way about LeBron. Then he tried to go to Boston, and it didn't work out there. That was kind of the start of the Kyrie saga.
You gotta have Kyrie.
I think he might have some feelings about certain people around that organization, and he's not really with that. I think
James
that's okay.
Jones would have showed up.
James
Who
Jones.
else?
Yeah, because what else is James Jones doing? Like, let's be real about it. Like, no disrespect to James Jones. I'm
Who
just
else?
saying.
Who else are we missing from this? I'm trying to think. Like who else?
Mo Williams.
I got
No,
the
Mo
list
Williams
here.
wasn't on this
No,
team.
who is-
What about Delly? Matthew Delly?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking
Can we
about
get
Delly.
Delly?
Yeah.
He's
That
probably
Delly-
in Australia.
No, he wasn't on the championship team though.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was.
Deli was.
Dellavedova?
Deli.
Yes, Deli, hell yeah. His dirty ass, he was there.
Yeah, Deli was there, man.
I thought he was on the year they lost.
No, I'm looking at the I'm looking at the
Deli was
championship
definitely
roster
on
right
that.
now. Anderson Varejao was on that roster. Where's he at? Mo Williams was on that roster.
Mo Williams. He was.
Whoa. Wait, they were on the comeback from 3-1 roster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I know Verjao was. What you sure about?
Mo Williams
Doesn't mean they
number
necessarily
52.
played a lot at the time, but they were.
Mo Williams was really on that team.
Yeah.
That's insane if that's true.
Did he leave
I don't know
in
if
that
he, I don't know if
comeback,
he
or
played,
was he a
but
lifelong cat?
I don't know if he played, but he's sitting on the roster
That's
here.
insane.
I'm looking at
if
the
he
roster.
was on that roster. I remember Verjao being on there, but
who else was there? There was James Jones, Dante Jones, Richard Jefferson, Joe Harris was on that team.
I remember RJ being on there.
Jared Cunningham, not familiar with.
Hey, Kevin Bell in the chat says, Jeff, I'd rather watch paint dry than Kyrie. That's absurd.
What? You out your fuck.
Kyrie's one of the most
so
fun
fun
players
to
to
watch.
watch in the
Are you
in the
kidding
NBA.
me?
Hey, that Kyrie,
No,
when he's at his
bro.
best, there's no ball handler.
He is
Oh,
the
wait,
best
wait.
ball handler I've ever seen in my entire life, and I grew up with Allen Iverson. And at first, I thought it was AI. It's Kyrie Irving.
And probably finishing at the rim.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He's
His
one of the best
finishes-
point guard
Wasn't he
finishers
the
of all
creator
time.
of Jelly? The whole Jelly?
No, that was Jelly Fam.
Oh,
I can't remember the people. I think it was
Kyrie's
maybe
the best
Derek
Jelly Fam of all
Whitehead.
time.
Derek
He's
Whitehead.
He's arguably the best finisher at point guard to ever exist.
Teddy in the chat says, and I kind of do remember this. Teddy in the chat says Verjao was on the Warriors roster. Did he get traded?
He
from
probably
the
got
Cavs to the
traded.
Warriors?
Verjao was the guy that was like, they're like, no matter what happens
he
in
would've
this
got a
final,
ring.
you
Gets
get
a ring.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Appreciate
That has to be the best position. I think Jeremy, is it Sokan or Sokan?
Sochan,
who got traded from the
Sochan.
Spurs.
He was on the Spurs for half of this year.
Yeah, Jared.
And then
he went to the Knicks.
Yeah, and he played. They were putting videos out of him like at the arena after they won, and he was going around like talking to everyone. And they were like, "Dude played 15 games in New York and is like going at Spurs fans."
It's wild.
It's crazy.
He was like yelling at Spurs fans, and they were like, "Dude, you were trash when you were here."
Right.
Let's go to break. We come back. We'll get to some mailbag. Drop those mailbag questions first. You got to tell us about the heavies all night.
Yes,
stream
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, Friday, June 19th. The heavyweights are making Detroit podcasting history with the longest live stream ever at Woodward Sports. It's the Woodward Heavyweight Subathon. They are going at 5 p.m. tomorrow. And here's the catch. Every time you donate, it adds more time to the clock. So you guys in the chat hold all of the power. So tune in tomorrow, Woodward Heavyweight Subathon, 5 o'clock. We'll see you there.
Dude, game is won in the trenches, and our big fellas don't mess around. The Woodward Heavyweights on Woodward Sports.
It's game on at Art and Jake's. Wings, burgers, pizza, and ice-cold drinks served up with attention to detail. Wall-to-wall TVs, great service, and a vibe that keeps your crew coming back. Art and Jake's, a sports bar setting with a fine dining flavor.
It's mortgage's symbol of excellence, part of the very fabric of mortgage pros. The Blue Jacket, a symbol reserved for those that have separated themselves from the pack. Those who chose discipline over excuses, standards over shortcuts. At Mortgage Pros, greatness isn't given, it is earned.
Dan Campbell is in redemption mode.
No, make no mistake. It's not revenge he's after. It's a reckoning.
And Woodward Sports is here to cheer on the Detroit Lions every snap. Don't miss a moment of Detroit Lions coverage. Follow Woodward Sports on all social media platforms now.
Woodward Sports, let's go. All right, Black Rock Bar and Grill for the ultimate dinner sizzle. Now they're bringing that same heat to your mornings, introducing a brand new Black Rock brunch. I got to hit this up, boys.
What?
I got to hit this
Brunch?
up. They're serving up a fresh menu stacked with mouth-watering twist on all of your breakfast favorites. Check it out at their Heartland location daily from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. or catch the weekend vibe in Novi Friday to Sunday from 9 a.m. to noon. Ditch the boring breakfast. Come taste the new standard for morning flavor. Black Rock Brunch, now daily in Heartland and weekends in Novi. I'm going to that, boys. I'm hitting this up.
I'm with you.
I'm going to it. That sounds unreal.
I'm a big brunch guy.
Let's take a field trip for our brunch.
I'm a big brunch guy.
That's unreal.
Give me a breakfast burrito.
Where's Novi?
Yes.
Where's the Novi one?
Oh, Novi, that's right up the...
Is it far from here?
Nah.
That's the
it's
one we gotta
right
get
up
to.
696.
Let's get to mailbag. Phil C. Mailbag, will you do a call-in segment? Don't worry, we're working on the phone lines. So
Yeah,
those
we
will come
gonna get 'em
eventually.
together.
We need the phone lines. I'm with you guys. And I
20
want to take
minutes.
phone calls. Let's see, John Lord Millbag. You have to pick 4 Detroit athletes, past or present, to get you out of a bar brawl to keep you safe. Who do you pick?
D-Mac, number 1.
Yes.
Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace, number 2.
Bill Embiid.
Number 3, Penei Sewell.
Beef stew, 4.
And Beef Stew.
No Bill Embiid, no Rick Mahorn.
Rick Mahorn. Dennis Rodman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in. Dude,
You gotta have Penei
Yeah, but
in
Rodman,
there, right?
yeah.
Rodman would scare people away.
Right.
Yeah, but Rodman might not want to join the
Yeah.
fight because he wants to stay at the bar. He doesn't want to get kicked out.
No offense to Lambeer, he's just not athletic enough. Like we got
Yeah.
it. He can fight a little bit.
I think
but-
mine. I'd probably agree. I'd go D-Mac, Ben, Penei, and then
I'm going Beef Stew 4th.
I like Isaiah Stewart.
Yeah,
That
I'll
man
do
tried
Beef
to fight
Stew because he's
LeBron.
about,
Yeah.
he's about it.
And he kept going. I was at that game.
about it.
He was bleeding, and they had him walk him away, and then he just tried again.
Yeah, no,
I
he
respect
he
that.
with the shits. He is.
But he would be like one of those friends at a bar. If you get in a fight, you're like, all right, boys, let's get out of here. And then all of a sudden you see someone running across the street, and it's Beef Stew just running at the guy. We're like, whoa,
Yeah.
we're done. It's over, dude.
Can I address 2 people in the chat?
Let's do it.
I see A Green in there. Shout out to you, homie. Much
Shout out
love.
A Green.
He said, I think Steph got something to say about that when I said Kyrie is the best finisher at the point guard position that I've ever seen. Steph, I mean, you can make to me, he's not better than Kyrie at that, but he's
No.
up there though.
He's
Like
up
you
there
can
for
make
sure.
the argument.
Kyrie,
You can absolutely make the argument.
Kyrie Irving's the best finisher.
Yeah.
In the end, of all time.
And Ted MLC said Iverson took a team of nobodies to the finals. Kyrie had to wait for LeBron to show up. I am in no way saying Kyrie Irving was better than Allen Iverson. I am a Allen Iverson stan. Like he absolutely AI deserves all the credit and all the love for what he did during his career, especially early in his career. But yeah, I wouldn't put Kyrie above him in that regard. But
No.
in terms of ball handling, I think Kyrie surpassed him.
Kyrie's ball handling and finishing,
It's unreal,
It's
dog.
like it's incredible to watch, and it's not like it's like
Poetry,
out of
bro.
nowhere. It's every single time he's on the basketball court, it happens, and you're just like, that's why it's like he's like must watch TV.
By the way, Chuck
Him in
Brewer,
Detroit, oh my gosh, with
he
Cade.
says Mailbag. Which son has a longer pro career, LeBron's or Sanders? Shador.
I'm
or
gonna
Bronny?
go. I'm gonna go.
I gotta go
Shador.
Shador.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm going Bronny.
Bronny, after they get rid of LeBron, Bronny,
It's a
hey,
lifeline.
bro, it's
I'm
over.
I'm going Bronny.
I think Bronny's career is as long as.
Well, to be
LeBron's
fair,
career.
one
He could
was
be a career G leaguer.
I think what's going to happen with Bronny
One was
is I think
drafted,
he's going
to
to
be
be like
fair.
a 12th man on a team forever, and Shador at some point in the next 4 or 5 years, if he's not good, he's out of the league.
But see, Shador is complicated because the Browns don't like him, bro, and they have found every way to like kind of displace him. I think if they actually gave him the opportunity to be a starting quarterback,
KG.
I think it could happen.
Yeah.
They did.
But once it takes more than one season,
Oh.
Booner. It takes more than
Hey,
one
let's-
season.
And you know what? Hey,
Takes more than one
Caleb,
season for Cam Ward.
thank you. Hey, just hit him with
Let's
that.
not do that,
I
then,
literally just had the
KG.
same
Do
argument
that,
with
then.
Cam Ward.
All right, fair enough.
You
But
too.
I believe
I didn't hear
believe
that
in
part, but I
I
didn't
believe
hear
in
that part.
Shador's
KG slipped
skill
up there?
set more than Cam
Yeah.
Ward's, and that's just you
I
can kill
don't
me for that.
know. I
You
don't
can kill me
know.
for that. I believe in Shador's skill set
That I
more
don't
than Cam
know.
Ward.
Teddy says Mailbag. Do you guys think Brad botched the 2023 draft? He could have had Carter and Gonzalez. Lions would have a ring.
Yeah, but then you
instead
don't
of
have
Jameer
Cade
and
People
Jack
always
Campbell.
make that argument.
You don't have
So,
Jack
like,
Campbell, who's the best linebacker,
Y'all still-
arguably.
So you're
and
saying Jalen Carter, Gonzalez, or Jameer and Jack?
I see.
it's hard. It's such a like a.
Yeah,
You
what
look
if,
back
like,
and you go,
they're
oh
all-
yeah, what
yeah,
if?
they're
It'd
all
be
great
different if
players.
our draft picks never worked. They worked out, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
the
you could-
hindsight thing with it. It's
Yeah,
just
like-
because the Eagles won a Super Bowl with Carter and the Patriots went to one with Christian Gonzalez doesn't mean the Lions were going to if you had both of
Right,
them.
right.
Like, they had full teams. That's a
I
bad.
just
I don't
hate
like
that argument.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
prefer them in the draft, that's one thing. But yeah, I just hate the argument that they would have been better. We don't know that, and our guys are damn good.
And
All
they are
pros.
damn good.
All pros.
Good show today, fellas. We'll get out of here tomorrow. We got a special guest. You're not going to want to miss it.
Oh,
Tomorrow,
yes,
our
we
show
do.
in studio.
No one
in
knows.
The stew. We'll get to talk to them about a lot of different topics. So
them.
don't miss it. 11 to
Oh,
1
multiple.
p.m. Until
Plural.
tomorrow, 11. We'll see you there. Peace.
Love you guys.
The next generation of Detroit sports media is here. Crunch Time is back on Woodward Sports. Join Jeff Iafrate and Booner Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Taking Detroit sports coverage to the next level with massive interviews, viral moments, and the best live reactions. Get ready, Detroit. The young guns are taking over. Crunch Time on Woodward Sports.